Yo. Yo. Woo. Yo, Samuel. What's up, man? What's up? Nice seeing you. Alright, so this time for sure, uh, there won't be audio issues. Issues. Man, what is it? Certain region of people that somewhere, somewhere else, like, I don't know, different countries. The issues. So, I'll just go over what I was talking about. What I, was supposed to be, talking about. What the audio issues, right? So, what I was talking about was how, like, I've been proven right. I gotta brag. I've been proven right on the topic of film camera qualities. So, when I mentioned how, so basically, let's start from the top, right? Oh yeah. Mmm. Yeah. So. All right. So I mentioned. Yeah. So I'm gonna keep the headphones on so I can make sure the audio is coming through, right? So that's why I keep the headphones on. Just remembered, right? Oh yeah. So, we agree that Tobey Maguire's the best one. So what I mentioned was, I could see myself just doing like a debate with someone. Here's the thing, though. Like what I said before, but the audio issues, right? So I'll say it. It's not like I'm that passionate, right? Like I could just talk about it, just But I still stand by my point. Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man, bro. It's Peter Parker. People try and differentiate it. I know people, tons of people, right? And here's the thing. First thing, I'm not a comic book guy. I'm not a superhero guy. I'm not an anime guy. I just like what's good. And the Spider-Man trilogy is fantastic. You know what? I just remembered. I should make a video. And, like I mentioned before, Sam, I appreciate you mentioning before how, like in the previous stream when we talked about The Office and Michael Scott, you mentioned, hey, you should, like, clip that part and, or you mentioned you should make a video about that. And then I said, well, yeah, I mean, I guess I could just trim out a part of that stream, which I could do. But anyways, that got me thinking. So like right now, just thinking right now, I'm like, oh yeah. So that kind of reminded me how I could see myself doing like a video about like Spider-Man 3 and how much hate it got, and all the hate it got is so hypocritical because people just weren't ready for it. People joke about it being goofy and all that, but they missed the point. It's supposed to be, and it's done in a way that works, right? And when you compare that to like any Marvel movie nowadays, like MCU, where like literally every 5 seconds, uh, that's crazy. On screen, your comment Yo appears, but you sent that way before. You sent that like a while ago, so I'm wondering why it took so long for it to appear on screen. So I mean so on the replays, what? Well, keep in mind, I'm hoping, right? Not hoping. This time it's gonna work, but the live chat replay is gonna stick around this time. But just for reference point, Samuel typed yo like early on, like within the first minute of me starting the stream. Anyways, just want to clarify that. All right. Um. So yeah, Spider-Man 3 was, people rip on it but they missed the point. So like nowadays, like Guardians of the Galaxy, I only saw the first one. I couldn't get to the second one, bro. Like I watched the second one on Netflix, and I couldn't get past the first like 5 minutes. It was years ago. I was like probably still in high school. No, I was, yeah. And I was like, well, it was on Netflix anyways, so I probably already it was after. So it was like after it came out, not when it came out. It was on Netflix. Yeah, no, it was after high school. But anyways, point being, like the first, I just remember like the first 5 minutes, was this fucking Groot. Oh, he's so cute. Shut up. And then he's just there dancing and they're fighting this huge octopus or something. And I'm like, oh wow, some action. Oh, let's see it. But the camera kept focusing on Groot dancing. It's a nice song, but kind of ruined the song for me. And they blur out the action in the back. It's like, I get it. Oh, that's funny. Let's focus on Groot and let's ignore it. But why are you doing that? I want to watch the action. Isn't that kind of lame? They spent millions of dollars on like a thing and just gonna blur it out and focus on fucking Groot. So little, I was in my house watching it on Netflix, and I could just imagine the little kids on in the theaters going like, oh, or being like, oh Groot, oh it's a Groot, oh. And I'm like, okay, this is a kids movie. Why am I watching this, bro? Like, why am I? What's in it for me? And when you watch, so like I said, I'm not a comic book guy. Nothing against it. I can't call myself that because I haven't really sat down and read comic books. I haven't. I respect them, but I haven't done it. But point being, so I'm just an objective guy, right? If it's good, it's good, like with music or whatever. But anyone who watches Spider-Man, it's good. The Tobey Maguire ones, they like it. It's just a good movie. The three of them are fantastic. Even Dark Knight. I think they should do like a poll or something of like, superhero movies that anyone likes, even like non-comic book fans or non-superhero fans, and for sure like the Spider-Man trilogy and the Dark Knight trilogy would be the ones rated highest, right? Because they're just objectively good. And when it comes to the MCU, there's so many movies. I remember even back in by 2016, I was tired already. And then I started seeing all these videos about people being tired of it, like way later. I was like way ahead of that. I'd say like around 2020. So like I guess after the main plot ended with Infinity War and Endgame, people were like, okay, I'm tired. But I was already tired since like 2016. I was like, this is too many, bro. It's like, it's just they're stealing people's money, and it's a waste of money. Call me a hater. And I just kind of hated it how they had everything lined up. It's like, okay, on October of this year we're gonna have this one, and then March of this year we're gonna have this one, and then May we're gonna have this one, and then they're gonna make a cameo at the credit scene, and they're gonna have their own movie in July, and then they're all gonna group up together. It's like so it's like you already know who's gonna be there. So why would you feel suspense when you watch an action sequence? Like, oh no, they're getting their ass beat up. You're just gonna watch and be like, okay, and then they're gonna recover, and because we know for sure they're gonna be in the next one. So there's no suspense. Same with the prequels. I tried to get into watching Better Call Saul, but I couldn't get into it because it's like I know nothing's gonna happen to this guy, and you can use the argument that he's the protagonist, so nothing is gonna happen to him ever, but I mean, still like. Maybe something can happen to people around it. And the thing is that when there's people around him, it's like, hey, they weren't around later on because it's a prequel, right? So it's like at some point they either leave or something happens to them. So you get what I mean? There's no suspense. Breaking Bad's great. I do have my opinion on that. But you know what's crazy? I totally went off tangent. Jeez. What I was going to talk about was what I talked about before, the audio issues was, okay, so Spider-Man, they're great. Yeah, so Tobey Maguire's the best one. And I see myself debating anyone. There's people out there that like Tom Holland or Andrew Garfield. I can debate them. Oh, yeah, so some people would argue that, oh, this guy's a good Peter Parker, but he's a better Spider-Man. They would make comparisons between how, like, one is a better Peter Parker and another one's a better Spider-Man and whatnot. But I mean... Fine, make that argument, but I still think Tobey's the best for both, right? He is. And it makes sense. Think about it. Imagine if a nerdy guy got superpowers. Would he be like all of a sudden like this super charismatic guy making funny one-liners? No, he'd probably be cringy. He'd probably be trying to act cool and just how he thinks it would be in his head. But it'd be cringy, and that makes sense because it's it's not like he suddenly, got like fucking Riz, swag, or I hate that word swag. It's not. Well, yeah, I don't mind it, but yeah, I hate it. Yeah, I hate it. It's not. You know what I mean? It's not like he got Riz. He just got like super abilities, right? But it's his same personality. So if he's gonna have the same personality, of course he's gonna be cringy. It makes sense. It makes sense. And that's what happened in the third one when he got the Venom. Remember when he got the Venom in the Spider-Man 3? People were complaining how he was like being all like, Bully Maguire. All those memes of him like, walking down. Oh, I love it. People were saying it's cringy, but they missed the point. Like even the movie says, "Hi, Diamond. 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 Welcome, Diamond. Welcome to a party. I've been kicking it with Samuel. Nice to see you." Samuel stuck around for my first stream, but I had audio issues. Didn't realize another audio was playing, and everything I talked. Well, not everything, most of it, but I'll have to clip it out. So I restarted this stream now. Samuel stuck around, like the true G he is, and so now I'm going over what I talked about, but the audio issues, got in the way. So what I was saying was, yeah. So in Spider-Man 3, remember when he got the Venom, and so what the Venom does basically, you're the same person. It's just gonna elevate what's in you, maybe the negative traits in you. So of course he's gonna act all cringy. He's gonna act all edgy because that's the way he would be if you were to be that way, right? And what's a good example? What's a good movie I saw when I was a kid? Was when I saw it, I was kind of like, it's like I felt like I was watching something that was kind of like not above, but more than what it seemed, because I went into it expecting like something entertaining, right? And looking back on it, it's a pretty deep movie. So which movie am I talking about? Megamind. Have you seen Megamind, Samuel, or Diamond? So I bring that up as an example. It's a good example because it's actually pretty crazy, right? So in the movie, there's this reporter guy who's, I guess, the archetypal loser, right? He's like in love with the reporter, and he's a camera guy. And then Megamind, who's like a villain, right, chooses him. I don't remember why he chose him. I guess he wanted to make him part of this group or something. So basically, like, he gave him like all the powers that yeah, Samuel. I mean, like I said, like looking back on it, I'm like, this movie it's deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went into it expecting like something entertaining. I mean, it came around the same time that I think other ones came out that are pretty entertaining. So I'm like, entertainment, right? And like, I don't know, like, I was kind of expecting like a Shrek vibe to it, maybe. You know what I mean? But it's deep. So back to my point. So in the movie, the movie kind of answers an interesting question, where it's like, what if the nerdy loser guy that gets the powers is actually a huge dick? And that's true. Because, most people would think that, oh, okay, the loser guy gets powers and he's going to be nice. No. A lot of these nerdy guys and nice guys, nice guys, they have like a lot of like pent up anger in them. And they're like immature. They have like weird thoughts. They're pretty weird, and then that's what happens. So this kid, so Megamind has this idea to there's like a main superhero in town who's like Metro Man, and then somehow I haven't seen this movie in years, I just remember it, sort of, yeah. So he like extracts the source of power from Metro Man, who's basically like a Superman type, but Metro Man. So he extracts his source of power, and he chooses this camera guy who's like in love with the reporter. He's like, the loser, nice guy type, and he gives him the powers. And I guess I think the plan Megamind had was to replace. Oh, I remember now. Yeah, I just remembered it right now. So Metro Man disappears. He like retires, fakes his own death, because I guess he got sick of the back and forth with Megamind, etc. So Megamind is like, oh, what do I do now? I need someone to fight. So he extracts the source of power that Metro Man had, and he chooses this kid. He's like, you know what? I'll give it to this kid. He'll become the new superhero, and I'll have someone to fight. So that was his purpose. So he gives the powers to that kid, expecting that kid, that young guy, to be the next superhero. No, it ends up being the opposite. That guy ends up being like a huge dick, and then even Megamind is like, yo, that guy's fucked up. So Megamind becomes the superhero. So that's creative. That's really cool. Nice. Yeah, Samuel. It's goated and Diamond. Yeah. You saw it too. So like, even Megamind was like a villain. He's like, oh, this guy's fucked up, you know? And oh yeah, so back to my point. So he's still that same nerdy kid who's like, it's not just that he's nerdy. He's like, it's not just sad, right? He's like insecure. He's like has resentment. He has these weird mindsets, and so when you give him power, it's just gonna elevate what's already in him even more. So he's still gonna be cringy. He's not gonna suddenly. It's not like giving him power is just gonna make him like, you know what I mean? It's like it's not gonna change his personality. So that's my point. So back to point. Spider-Man 3, when he gets the Venom thing, and he acts all douchey. Think about it. He acts douchey. There are moments where he acts like a dick because it's the Venom in him, right? That it brings out the negative traits. But it's still like in a cringy way, right? I love it, man. When he's walking down the street and he's just like, you know, jamming, and he's like whistling to the girls, and then I think some of them liked it, some of them didn't. It's kind of like, and I saw the part of the commentary, the DVD commentary on YouTube, where even Tobey Maguire, he's like, you know, it's kind of like ambiguous if the girls are into it or if they're not into it, and that makes it funnier. But it's funny when, you know, he does a little dance, you know, when he like does like little roll. That's funny, and that made me laugh. And the thing is, it's supposed to be funny, and I think that scene is funnier than any Marvel Cinematic Universe scene ever. Those like 2 minutes are funnier than any scene, than any second in Guardians of the Galaxy. And I only saw the first one. I didn't see the second one, like I said. I couldn't keep watching after the first minute when it just shows like freaking baby Groot, and I'm like, okay, this is for kids. Why am I watching this? It's kind of insulting for me. I felt insulted. Because, you know, a kid sees it, he's like, oh, mommy, Groot, I want to buy a toy of Groot. And the mom says, okay, we'll get you a toy. Oh, and then they buy their merchandise. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, so anyway, so Peter Parker. So I like how, you know, people say that Andrew Garfield was like a better Spider-Man or whatever. But no, Tobey Maguire's the best one. People say, oh, but he was campy the way he talked. But it makes sense because he's like a, you know, like a, but Peter Parker, the Tobey Maguire one, he's like a cool nerdy guy. Like, he's cool, you know what I mean? He's not like that camera guy of Megamind, you know what I'm saying? Like, he actually had a good heart, you know? Like, he was cool, like, an actually good guy. So, anyways, but when he got the powers, he's still gonna talk, like, in a funny way. Like, I remember this scene when he puts Green Goblin to sleep. Or, no, he shuts up J. Jonah Jameson, the boss at the Daily Bugle, and then he says, "Shut up, mommy and dad need to talk for a minute." It's funny, you know. It's just. Anyways, point being, Tobey Maguire's the best Spider-Man. Wait, oh yeah, so damn, bro, like, all right, let me talk about what I talked about during the audio issues. I'll sum it up like in one sentence because I've talked a lot. I've gone all over the place. So what I was saying before was how movies nowadays, they have, oh yeah, so Tobey Maguire's the best Spider-Man, but it's not just that, it's the movie itself. If you watch you know, the original 3 Spider-Man ones and you compare it to like the Andrew Garfield ones or the Tom Holland ones, which one looks better? Which one has like a better image? the Tobey Maguire ones have better image, and just the cameras back then were better. And it turns out, I've always thought this, and these videos have been made. Exactly, Diamond. Yeah, Diamond. I agree about your statement about nice guys. There's some of them are good like Peter Parker, but there's a lot of like Megamind. Megamind really was kind of ahead of the game because there's like a lot of that now, right? Guys who like are guys, and I've known people like that, who they're like that camera guy for Megamind, the camera guy in the Megamind movie who got the powers and he was freaking weird. Yeah, Diamond. Man, kids movies back then were better than kids movies nowadays. Uh, it's the film quality, right? It's the camera quality. So as I was saying, so yeah, I'll show the thumbnail of the video. It confirmed what I've been saying. So I've always thought this, but that just confirmed it for me. Man, what was that video? I'll look it up. Yeah. This guy here.
Planning a no boyfriends getaway with the girls.
This guy here. Wolf Crow. You guys check out this. Give it a like, of course. This guy's great, and this one here. Why don't movies look like movies anymore? And it's true. Like a movie from the '90s, from '98, looks way better than like a movie that comes out this year. I say from the '70s also and all that stuff. So it's a shout out. Oh no, this guy also. This is a different channel. This guy here, he basically says what I've been saying for years, bro. I've been thinking it for years, but in the way he made the video was well done. So point being, so you guys can check out the previous one. That one, if you're gonna rewatch the stream later, just pause at this part and the previous part so you can check out the channel. Yeah, and I'll look. Just I saw this thumbnail of a new movie coming out, and that just proves the point of. Let me go back to the previous one. So this one here talks about that how, movies back then, right? It's cool how like yeah, sure they might like blur out the background once in a while, but with this director and other directors, cool movies don't do that, where everything's in focus. I prefer that. It's cooler. And there's this for this new movie coming out. I saw the thumbnail and look at it. They blurred the background. This image right here, this doesn't look good. It just looks like an iPhone camera, and of course it's a digital camera, right? But it doesn't look good, and it doesn't feel like a big movie. Christopher Nolan uses film, so so getting to my point, I'm gonna sum it up in one sentence, which is what I've been saying, how like back then was better because they used film, and film looks better. Any Christopher Nolan movie looks great, and movies that were filmed with actual film reels look better in HD even. And so, but here's the thing: there's like a little bit more intricacies to it, more detail. Apparently, there's like movies out there that I thought were filmed with actual film cameras. Turns out they weren't. Turns out they were filmed with digital cameras. But the director of photography, they processed it in a way to make it look the way it did. So it took work, right, to make it look like it would if it was filmed with actual film. So it's like, why go through that trouble? Well, because they might prefer the accessibility of digital cameras because they're easier to carry and all that stuff. But if you're gonna do that, it does require a lot of post-production work to process the images and make it look cool. So you have to let him do his job. And turns out, like in the comment section, a lot of DPs were talking, director photographers, right? Cinematographers were talking about how they're not being allowed to do their jobs. Why? I guess to cut costs, to cut spending. So what's left is like an unfinished thing or just a thing that doesn't live to its potential. The video covers a good example of how like in different movies, it's like the lighting, right? The lighting is different. Like if you film the actual film, there's shadows, right? But with digital, there's no contrast. It's less contrast and more brightness. So there's no more shadows. And think about those cool movies where there's like a cool shadow scene. Like for instance, let me just look up an image in the video. Well, I think it's the previous one, not this one. But let me look here. So I mean, a shadow could be really cool if it's like well done. You know, it adds to the movie. Yeah, it's in the previous one. So let's say, for example, like Indiana Jones. There's like this, of course, very well known shadow example of a shadow being used somewhere here. Here it is. So just check this like image out. See that? See that shadow right there? Now, if that was someone with like a digital camera, it probably wouldn't be as good, because the brightness would be way up. And shadows are cool in a movie if it's like well done and all that stuff. There's like another example here. Is it him? Oh, no. Now this is the other one. This one mentions. Yeah, so this movie here. So like look at the lighting here and all that stuff. So this looks great, the image. See the darkness. See the darkness here? That's cool, right? The darkness. But the thing about that, technically it looks like it was filmed with actual film, but it was filmed with digital cameras. But like I said, they went through the process back then to make it look good. So what's happening nowadays, turns out, is that, like I said, to cut spending, they're not letting those cinematographers do their job. So the end product isn't as good as this. And there's an example when they compared the original cut of this from the 90s with like an update. Look at the shadows. A movie, I like shadows. It makes it look more realistic, and it does like add coolness to the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it is sad. Diamond. Yeah, they did have depth. Yeah, thanks for agreeing, Samuel. Yeah, Diamond. Yeah, the shadows are important visually. On shadows, I took a photography course and my instructor insisted that photos that don't incorporate much shadow are better. But then he said it's up to us. Oh, okay, so he said the opposite. So he's wrong. Shadows are cool. I mean, look at that. I mean, that's a cool shot right there. So, and so that's the original cut. Look at that here. There's like visual, what's it called? What's it called? Man, I'm kind of like, oh yeah, so Diamond, you missed like my monologue. Wait, yeah, so you can, I guess, so this stream going on, you can rewatch the last stream, which is pretty short in general terms, where I talked about like why I ended up streaming late. In a nutshell, it was kind of like a long work day. I didn't take a break, and I got home and I crashed out on the sofa. I went to a place with people, and then I went did some groceries, and I got home and I crashed on the sofa, and then I showered and I ate, and then I started streaming. So basically that's it. But yeah, so what's up, Samuel? So there's a lot of visual. What's the word I'm looking for? A lot of visual. Oh, it has depth to the scene. It's like the lighting is great. You feel the ominous atmosphere. But then he compares it. I know he doesn't. There we go. He compares it here. So look. He compares it. This is a great video. Like the way it's done. He compares the original, which is the one on above, and compares it to the bottom one, where it's remastered, aka digitally remastered. And see, what I'm saying is, it's a lot brighter. Look at how much brighter it is in the bottom to the top. That right there is the issue nowadays with movies. They're way too bright. They're way too polished. Case closed. Case closed. Where's my trophy? And his. But he basically put into words, what was like what I felt intuitively and what people feel and thought. There's no magic to these digital cameras, bro. But like I said, technically, turns out this movie, even though I thought it was filmed with actual film, was filmed with digital camera. But like I said, they actually processed it, right? But that's not happening nowadays for some reason to cut spending, and it ends up looking bad. So they're using digital cameras, but they're not doing the work for it. So just go back to using actual film. Use actual film, or use digital cameras, and then actually do the work, do the processing, post-production, and do a good job. If you don't want to do that, then just film with the actual film cameras like Christopher Nolan does, and his movies look great always. Come on. Exactly, Diamond. It pushing the vibe of the movie. Exactly. When everything is bright and clean, yes! Man. We're all like on the same page here. It's awesome. We're all on the same page. When everything is bright and clean, it doesn't give the same vibe. Yep. This is also what they're doing with animation. Way too bright. Man, this right here, this is fantastic. This talk right now. Great minds here. I hear the opposite with movies being too dark, like The Little Mermaid. Okay. Well, I was going to mention how... Okay. So, I'm on the same page with Diamond. How everything with movies, it looks way too polished. It sucks. But keep in mind, we're talking about movies, right? Films, right? I guess, to be specific, for grown-ups, adult subject matter, like crime or drama or even romance, any genre, right? But when it comes to kids' movies, no, even then, good lighting's important. I mean, when it comes to animation, okay, here's a great example, Samuel. A kids' movie, right? The Lion King. I have not seen the remake. The remake, right? Looks horrible. It looks boring as hell. It's all digital. There's no life to it at all. The animation has the lighting, the vibe, and the new Lion King looks way too polished. And then the new one, Mufasa, there's nothing interesting about it at all. I haven't seen the new Little Mermaid, and I probably won't. I haven't seen the original when I talked about it previous stream, how Diamond recommends it. I'll probably check it out because I respect Disney. I respect those classical works of art, and I'd probably check it out. Maybe better with someone, right? But I want to watch it. The part of your world. That's cool. Anyway, so like that movie or Lion King, it looks great. The lighting, the animation. I say the Little Mermaid one. It's just. Let's look at an image. Let me check it out. But I have heard that with different movies, how they say it's too dark, but it just. I don't. Okay. Damn, bro. Like, you brought up a point. Now, I have to address that point. Okay. So I say it has both issues. The digital camera issue, where it doesn't feel authentic. It looks fake, like too polished, too digital. And I guess it's also, in addition to that, it's dark. But here's the thing, though. The point still stands. It's dark, but think about it. Not really. There's no shadows. Think about it. Because, let me move myself. Okay. So, her whole body Yeah, she is pretty. Her whole... Yo, but what's the deal with that fish? Look at that fish, bro. I forgot about that fish. Who in their right minds thought that would be appealing? I haven't even seen the original one, but I know what was his name, Sebastian or Finn? What was that fish's name? I know Sebastian's a crab, right? What was was it Flounder? Is it Flounder? Okay. I mean, what the hell, bro? Look at the animated one. Look, the eyes, the eyebrows. Look. Alright, oh wait. My hand doesn't cover the camera. But, look at the expression. Yeah, thanks, Simon. Look at the expression in that animated one. I feel the vibe. Look at the one next to it, bro. That's just horrible, man. Look at that. Who in their right minds? I mean, are they? What's wrong with them? We must make it realistic. We must make it realistic. No. It's disturbing. I mean, it's supposed to be a movie where the animals talk. Don't have to make it so realistic. I mean, look at this scene. There's no magic here. Alright, so Samuel, I can totally answer your point. It's not that it's dark. It's just that it's a digital camera. So, when you notice her, she is brightly lit. There's like no shadows. And even the shadow is a bright shadow. They definitely brighten up the shadow. Compare that shadow with, this here. Where it's like an actual, like dark, pitch black shadow. Here, you could tell the brightness was put up on her. So she's very bright overall. It's just the digital camera also sucks out the color. So the point still stands. Digital cameras suck. I'm reading the comments while I drink water. Oh, yeah. It's okay. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense, Diamond. Yep, Samuel. Oh yeah, I remember the Sonic ordeal. I never saw it, but I remember the whole thing about it. How and I remember it was pretty cool to like I experienced it by watching the trailer and then reading the comments and all that and talking about it with people. I never saw a movie, but I remember it was kind of a fun thing to go through. I can look back in history, look back in time, and be like, oh, I remember back when that happened. When the first Sonic trailer dropped, and all the comments were like, and even before reading the comments, right? I saw it, and I'm like, damn, like, what's that? I didn't say that. In my head, I was like, yikes. But it's cool. That's kind of like a cool thing. Also, how like they actually heard the people's voice and opinion, and they changed it. I respect that so much. So that's kind of like that was a cool. That was like a cool social experiment or experience that happened. Bruh, even this puppet here has more depth than this fucking realistic looking blob fish. Which is a normal fish, but this puppet here, bro, like this here, I would pay to watch this, bro. A puppet, a Little Mermaid live performance. Look, it looks like a nice fish. Ooh la la. Oh, enchanté. Focus. What was I gonna do? I totally got distracted by Little Mermaid. Oh yeah, Sonic, yeah. Uh, what the hell? That was funny as hell. Yeah, it was crazy. The first time he appeared. Oh, and the second time around was, much better. Oh, jeez, that was funny. That was a funny experience. Yeah, Diamond. It's so cool that they listened, though, the Sonic people. That's awesome, though. Like, they listened. I remember, it's funny how the way he came in the trailer was when he first sees a human, they both scare each other. And it makes sense, like, I would be scared looking at that, right? Let me look it up. Oh, so anyways, to conclude, digital cameras suck. The only exception is if they're processed, if they're processed correctly after, and they add in depth and shadows, they add in color, then it works. But it does require work, right? Either that, or straight up just use the film camera, a traditional film camera. Done. But let me give my final consensus answer. I'd say if it's like a music video, it doesn't matter, right? Because I'm talking about films, right? Film cameras for films. But if it's a music video, it doesn't matter, right? Some music videos look good that are polished. I mean, like, there's many I can think of, like there's many that have like a polished vibe. It works with music videos, so I'm just talking about strictly about films, right? But yeah, let's check out the Sonic trailer. At least that moment when he first appears. That was funny as hell. Oh man, that was funny. That's the original trailer. There you go. Oh, there you go. This guy. That was funny, yeah. Yo, I'll be careful with the copyright, because I want the live chat replay to stay. Because if you have to, trim out a segment that's copyright, the live chat replay disappears. But thankfully, you guys can rewatch the stream, and your comments do appear on screen. Like, it pops up here on screen. I think they made a different movie for the Creepy Sonic. I'm gonna skip this part with you. That's just disturbing. That's just weird, bro. But when he first comes in face to face, I gotta put my headphones on for that.
Cares?
Oh wait, I'm probably blocking it. There we go.
SFPD! Meow?
That's fucking insane.
Come on. SFPD! Meow?
That's funny as hell. Jeez, poor guy, bro. I feel bad for this guy, but it's fake. It doesn't exist. And then they changed it up, and it looks better, right? It looks better. Whatnot. They changed it up. This guy here looks much better. Yeah. Yeah, Nightmare Fuel. Yeah, Diamond. All those comments were funny as hell. Oh, that was cool, and I liked how, imagine if everything was like that. Like, it felt like a connection with like the studios, like the company. It was like, okay, they heard people's reaction and they changed it, which I mean, it was smart because it's with their money on the line, but it's worth it because I think it was a success in the box office, right? So they got their money's worth. So I mean, why wouldn't you want to listen to the people's opinions, right? I mean, why wouldn't you? Let me see if they made profit off that one, because I know you're making a third one, so. Bro, this thing definitely, bro. It was like, look, I'll show it here. It was wait, I'll move myself so you can see it. There we go. It was on a budget of like 85 to 90 million, and it grossed 320 million. So they made their money back. And that was in 2020. You know what happened in 2020. So that goes to show, if you listen to the people, listen to the audience, you will never go wrong. I wonder how Enchanted 2 ended up being. I know the first one's good, but I don't know about the second one. Tell me why are we... And they put the Gangster's Paradise in the Sonic the Hedgehog trailer. That's so funny. Tell me why are we so blind to see that the ones we heard are you and me. Been spending most of life living in a gangster's paradise. Keep spending most of life living in a gangster's paradise. Enchanted? Yeah, you should watch it. It'd be cool if you could do like I could react to a whole movie, but I can't copyright. But that'd be cool, right? And I could watch it with, people here, like a commentary of me, and we'd be watching. I'd be like, "See, that's a good scene." You kind of missed on a few things. I'm not gonna repeat it because Samuel already, we already experienced it. But you, Diamond, you could later on watch like the first stream, the one before this one, and just we watched some funny clips of at least 2 funny clips. No, 3 funny clips. One of them was kind of related to my job, and you can go and check it out after. But yeah, so I'm done making my point. So that was the point I was making with the audio issues about how movies. So yeah, we're done with that topic. Just stick to film. And if you're gonna do digital, do it work. But that's not the case nowadays. They want to cut spending, so just film with actual film cameras for movies, and movies would look better. I mean, the new Mufasa looks. Let me watch the Mufasa Lion King trailer. It doesn't look good, bro. Let me look at that. I feel nothing. I see this. Do you guys see it? Yeah. Let me move myself there. I see that, and I feel nothing. Oh, cool, Diamond. I feel nothing here. It's just, I don't feel anything. You know what's crazy, though? Back in 2005, with Narnia, the line was pretty cool. It was well done. I remember feeling like, oh, that's a cool lion, let me just do this here. Okay. All right, but yeah, let's see a trailer. It doesn't look that good. I think I saw some of it.
It's time.
And they got so much in favor. They got the music, which is from the original. They got a good voice cast. Nothing against the voice cast, but
I'll tell you a story. A story of a cub, not much bigger than you.
So just to be clear, we're not in this story?
It's weird. You know why? When I'm watching this, a part of me feels like I'm watching National Geographic, and I'm like, why are they talking? You know what I mean? Whereas, if it was more cartoonish, the way they were animated, I'd be like, okay, I can get into it. Exactly, Diamond. It's like, yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's like imagine if a guy, I don't know if it's a good example, I don't know, let's say a guy, point is, it has to be natural, organic, it has to be I don't know, it's they think okay, they think too methodically, they think too, I don't know, they don't have that intuition, or they don't have that, I don't know, it's just, then they're like, okay, let's make it as realistic as possible. But why? That's not the point. Make it cartoonish. So I feel like I'm watching National Geographic. I do, which is, it's a compliment. It looks that real. So when I hear them talk, I'm like, it takes me out of it. I'm like, why are they talking? It's supposed to be National Geographic. Oh, that'd be crazy. Imagine like talking cars. You know what would be a good one though? When I was a kid, even before the first cars came out, when I was like really young, I remember. As the point being, they should make them cartoonish. It looks way too real. You know what? I just remembered. It's right here. They're making like a live action How to Train Your Dragon, but you know what? I'm kind of realizing now. I respect the way they animated Dragon. They animated the dragon. They made it cartoonish, but we can tell, right? As my previous point, this movie was filmed with digital cameras, and you can tell the way it looks. Look at it. The way, like we talked about, they blur out the background. Why do they do that? This feels like it was shot with an iPhone. I wish they shot this with film, but they didn't. But a thing they did that was good, not just one thing, maybe it's a good movie, right? But I really like how they made the dragon cartoonish, like right here. See? So when this dragon's gonna talk, I'm like, okay, it's talking. I can kind of buy it more. Imagine they made like I'm not saying dragons. I mean, who knows? Maybe they did exist. I don't know, whatever. Technically, factually, no. There's no proof that dragons existed. But point being, they made it like, you know what I mean? By making it like that, it's cartoonish, so I can buy it's a talking animal. That's my point.
Maybe they're not as bad as we think they are.
Look, and it's expressive. Look at the eyes. It's expressive. It's well done. Just don't make things too real, Unless you want to make it like Jurassic Park, where it's like a horror movie, even though the new one does not look good at all. The first one was good because they used actual animatronics combined with CGI, right? But animatronics, nonetheless. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, someone made a comparison. How it should be. I'm not sure if I can find it. I'll look it up and then I'll find it. Oh yeah, I was gonna also show that. Alright, look, I found it. So, how Lion King should be, with CGI. Look at this example right here. Wait, let me move myself so I don't block it. Alright. See, in the top one is the way the movie was, and the bottom one would be like a more expressive animated one. Dude, it's like worlds difference. Let me just open the image in a new tab. Look at that. Look at that. Look at how much better this one is to the one on top. The one on the bottom is expressive, Of course, you gotta make it like a little bit low-key, more human-like. But it's supposed to be cartoonish, like cartoons, right? And if I hear the one on the bottom talk in the movie, I'm buying it. It's like, okay, it's a cartoonish type thing. Okay, they're talking. But if I look at the one on top, I'm like, oh, okay, am I watching a National Geographic Animal Planet documentary? Well, why is it talking? And look at the eyes. They're not expressive, bro. Lion eyes they're not expressive. Lion eyes aren't known to be expressive. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Puss in Boots, Puss in Boots. Look at that. Look at his eyes. These are Shrek, bro. Shrek's great. These are expressive eyes. You look at that. That's a new one. I haven't seen the new one, but it does its job. All right, I remember just cracking me up when I watched it when I was a kid. Look at his eyes. These are expressive eyes. Wait a minute. You know, and then you compare that with fucking, you know, this guy in top, fucking soulless eyes in the top one, and the bottom one, you know, it's more expressive. So that's my point. All right, let me read the comments. Yeah, no, you're right, Diamond. In fact, the live action one, I'm probably not gonna see it, but I respect it. I like how they maintain the cartoonish aspect of it, right? You know, I just wish they shot it with actual film, right? But I mean, it should do well. But I mean, it's the same exact movie, so why would I watch it? You know, but I wish them the best. You know. Oh, you're right. Yeah, probably the Kingdom Hearts Lion King looks way better. It does. I'm sure of it. Let me just look it up. I know for sure the Lion in Narnia looks fantastic. I remember it being awesome. So they did a great job with that one. I wonder what difference it has. Oh yeah, Kingdom Hearts one looks way better. I mean, come on, because it's a cartoonish one, right? But you know, it's a little bit of, you know, computer generated. It is computer generated. Looks way better. Not sure why they gave that kid spiky hair. It's kind of funny. But the Lion Aslan in Narnia. Let's compare that with the Lion King one. Why does that one look much better? I just remember it being, you know, freaking cool. Aside from the voice, right? Okay, so we see here, I mean, it does look realistic, but there's something to it. Yeah, it looks realistic, but they still kind of modified it a bit. It doesn't look as, like, in a photorealistic. That's the term they use. Yeah, if you compare, let's see here. Alright, so let's compare this one. The one on top with this guy here. Narnia one is way better. And the Narnia one is realistic, but it's not photorealistic. And I know they use that term. And that's why you gotta make it photorealistic? Why? You know? Oh, here we go. Well, someone said. So how did they make Lion King so jaw-droppingly photorealistic? Blah, 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 blah. Here's how Lion King created its photorealistic lions. I mean, who the hell? Who was watching Lion King and said, you know what, they should make them look more real? No one. They like the story, they like the animation, the colors, and all that. Exactly, Diamond. It's those eyes, Puss in Boots' eyes. You know, it's part of the character. You know, it's those facial features, and the music that would come in when he does that. Fucking, that's awesome, man. What the hell? What did I do here? Group. All right. But yeah. Yeah. So the Narnia one is fantastic. He is realistic, but not photorealistic, and that's basically where you draw a line. Have you guys seen these car commercials? So when I first saw Cars, I wasn't as into it as a kid. I was into it, but something that threw me off. Well, like in my head, I was like, huh, but I thought it was like this. I thought the eyes were the headlights, and the eyebrows were, you know, the windshield wipers. It makes sense. I put crafts. Meant to say cars. There's like these car commercials that have stop motion. I don't remember. Oh, here it is. Chevron. Here it is. Third result. Look at these cars. So this is how I would have pictured cars being animated. With the eyes in the headlights, and the mouth, the bumper, and the nose, the exhaust, you know, where it comes out, and the ears are the mirrors. It makes sense. I like that look. So that's how I would picture cars talking. Not the Pixar one. Exactly, Diamond. So I'm not the only one. Yeah, Narnia line any day. But yeah, so the Cars thing, yeah, I'm not the only one. You saw it, yeah. That's how I always saw it. And maybe I saw a commercial before the Cars movie came out. That's how I saw it. You know, I kind of get it. I get it. They put the eyes on the windshield because the driver sees out through it. But there's no humans. So what? Why make it comparable to how humans... I get it. You know, you're driving in the windshield and you see throughout, but there's no humans. So they don't need humans, right? So make the eyes the headlights. And it makes sense because they see... Also, isn't that cool? Think about it. It'd be like eyes that glow up and light up. Whereas in the Pixar one, what are the headlights? The cheekbones? Dimples? The mouth is the bumper. So what are the headlights? The cheekbones? It don't make no sense, baby. It don't make no sense. This year makes sense. Come on, it has to make sense somehow. And I guess the inside would just be their insides. Let's see. Cars. Yeah, so what are the headlights? Is that like their freaking cheekbone or something? Look at that sexy car, that sexy blue one in the back. Let me show it. Sexy blue car in the back. The blushers? The headlights are the blushers? Is that true, or are you guessing? Because I don't know. I never saw a second one. It's like a spy movie. And I guess in the third one, they kind of made it more similar to the first one. I mean, by that point, I felt like I was too old anyways. When Cars 2 came out, I was like, yeah, I'm way too old for this, you know? Life is a highway. I wanna ride it all night long. Bing. I don't want Bing. Freaking... What the hell? What? Google. There we go. Alright, so I'm gonna look it up. What are the headlights in Cars in Pixar? What? Yeah, but see, look at this photo here. Can you see that photo there? The eyes look like the fucking headlights. Oh, you're guessing? I mean, it seems like a good guess. Oh, also, I remember Herbie with Lindsay Lohan. And that came out a year before. I just saw it, 2005. And yeah, I definitely saw it when I was a kid. And I like that movie. I mean, I haven't seen it since, but look at the eyes. See, that's a good movie where a car felt like it actually had its own life. It was a very expressive car. Look at the eyes. Those were pretty cute eyes for a fucking car. I remember as a kid, I was like, why haven't they made a second one yet? Why haven't they made one? I'm just like, I'm waiting. I'm like, why haven't you made a second one yet? I remember thinking that. So that's why I guess we were all used to the idea of cars having the headlights be the eyes. So Lindsay Lohan was great, bro. I mean, we wish her the best, right? She's great. She's a great actress. And I liked the car. You know, I was like, oh, it's a cool car, you know. Somebody asked, is it a good movie? Yeah, it's good. For what it is. You know? But yeah, this year, I don't know, I never really felt the vibe. Oh, let me move myself. Oh, this doesn't really feel. Also, maybe I got kind of bored sometimes because it was like just the desert. I haven't seen the second Monsters Inc. Have you seen Monsters University? I remember when it came out, I was like, well, I already felt like I was too old anyways. But I was like, I hate school. Why would I want to watch them when they were in school? I mean, what? I want to watch them, like, after what happened in the first one. Yeah, we did. But we didn't talk about Monsters University. I never saw the second one, though. Is it good, Diamond? Did it have the same director? I mean, I think it was like a telltale sign if it's like not the same director. I'm like, uh-oh, you may have some trouble. You know, I don't care about the ratings. You know, I don't go by them. Yeah, it's a different director. It's not the same guy. Man, first one is iconic, bro. Like, it's great. Like, you know, I don't use that word often. In fact, I don't ever use that word ever. So I don't know why I said it, but the first one's fantastic, dude. Like, I remember watching it, bro. It's like, in fact, I remember early on, like, because you know I have like older siblings, and so they had the VHS, and I remember the Monsters Inc. VHS I had, and I loved it so much. I would just stare at the cover art all the time. And I would watch the movie all the time. It was so good. Mike Wazowski. And the villain was so, like, well done, bro. And then, dude, like, come on. This lady, we've met her in real life many times. I'm not going to even say who she reminds me of, but in, you know, real life, I've met those people. Like in customer service or anywhere. How can I help you? What do you need? That's a good movie, right? It's like you're watching a monster or whatever, but you're watching a human being, basically. Ah, so good. I could talk about that for hours. Yeah. Yeah, Diamond. Yeah, Samuel. It was great. And there's like I mean, I know someone can make like a deep, interesting research into like just how exactly what is it really about the movie, like what's going on, like, so they, all right, I could get into it, but it'd be a long conversation, like the whole job they have, the way it works, right, the batteries and how they're powered and on the doors and all that. It's pretty freaking deep if you think about it. And this guy, he's like the typical, like, assistant. Oh, I forgot about that scene. Oh, I kind of, like, spoiled myself. Because I haven't seen it in years. And I want to rewatch it. I remember that scene kind of like, I was like, damn, when his lips were all big like that. But he's, like, the typical, like, nice guy assistant. And I don't remember if there's ever, like, a moment where he stands up to Randall. Where I'm like, finally, stand up to him, you know? It's like, I've had enough. I don't remember that happened or I imagined it. And she was so hot. Isn't it weird, bro? I always do like a good job at that. Her name was Celia. I mean, her voice, right? And then the way, but the snakes threw me off. I'm like, okay, she's pretty, but those snakes are so annoying. Cut those snakes out, you know? She's like Mike Wazowski's girl. Is that okay? Yeah, she's fine. You know, she's okay, but just cut those snakes out. They get in the way. I think the voice has to do with it. The voice also has to do with it. Oh my gosh. There's tons of people like that. Jeez, someone took the time to draw this. I mean, okay. Yeah, this is totally not gonna be my wallpaper. It's not gonna be my wallpaper. I'm not gonna have it in my wallpaper. Yo, we don't see that nowadays. Like, I don't see people dressing up in like new characters from like new animated movies. They haven't made good ones. Is there like a recent last good animated movie? I don't recall. Kind of unfortunate. A lot of tabs open. Gee, look at that. Oh, this one's cool. Yeah, Scar looks so boring in like the new one. Look, imagine if they made him like the one on the right. Oh, I would definitely have gone and seen it if they made him look like the one on the right. Looks badass. And the one on the left looks horrible. Look at that. Oh yeah, if it exists, there's art of it. Yeah, true. Of anything. Red Shoes and the Seven Dwarves. Let's see what that is. Let me go back here. Life is a highway. I wanna ride it all night long. Oh, it comes up here. I mean, yeah, there's good ones like independent type. Oh wow. Oh wow. So it's a Korean one. Red Shoes and the Seven Dwarfs, known in Korean as simply Red Shoes, is a 2019 English language South Korean animated fantasy. Oh, my computer's so bright. That's interesting. So the original language is English, and I do recognize these actors. Patrick Warburton is a fantastic voice actor. He did Kronk in Emperor's New Groove. Oh, that's like an awesome movie, Emperor's New Groove. I remember I even had the DVD for the spinoff, Kronk's New Groove. Controversy. Oh, come on. What's up with that? Oh my, people will lie. People will. This movie's cool, bro. Like, I can already tell it's a good movie. If there's like a controversy about it, I can already tell it's good. Well, thanks for the recommendation, Dynamite. Yeah. Yeah, Kronk spinoff was great. Oh, that sucks, Dynamite. Just read your message. Man. Yeah, I could just tell just by that, you could tell by the vibe that they put like a lot of work into it. That's why I don't go by ratings anymore. I don't. I don't go by view numbers or amount of money it makes. All that crap doesn't matter nowadays. I mean, maybe it never did, but it definitely matters less nowadays. That's the point. That if it ever did matter, it definitely matters less nowadays. Life is a highway, I won't ride it all night long. Whoa, look at that.
This artist fixed Lion King with deep fakes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we saw some of the images. Looks the bottom one looks so much better. Look at this one. Look at Scar in the bottom. Can you guys see that? Oh, yeah, you could. Look at that. The one on top looks so like. I mean, I get it. It looks menacing, but the one on the bottom, there's more life to it. The green eyes with the scar. It's supposed to be cartoonish, right? Because I don't know why they gave him green eyes, but it makes the character, unique in that sense. Evil green eyes. It's. I'm not saying green eyes are evil. Green eyes are awesome, right? I'm just saying it with the character. Ah. Oh, the diamond. I broke this. I talked about it in the previous stream. I broke this thing. The chair thing. I broke it here. I guess I'm too strong, eh? But let's go back. It looks great with that. Look. I can tell what he's feeling. He's kind of like worried and paying attention. And the one on top, I have no idea what he's feeling. If it wasn't for dialogue, which I never even saw a movie, I would have a hard time figuring out what he's feeling. Because lions weren't meant to be expressive creatures. They weren't designed that way or whatever. Lions, they're not built that way. They're not expressive. And it's like that's why you gotta add stuff in. The bottom one is better. Oh yeah, Timon and Pumbaa look so much better in the bottom one, and they look so boring in the.
This artist fixed.
This is fantastic this year, bro. Yeah, look, the comments all agree with us. Let me move myself here. Look, the comments are based. Look, someone put, let's be real, this is how we all expected it to look. Not literally real looking animals. Exactly. And they put all caps. But that one has 1.4k likes. Some people are sticking to the original. Some people are disagreeing, but like someone said, the cartoon-like realism is more captivating and unique. So cartoon-like realism, not the. It's bland. Yeah, 2019 is bland. People are saying this is what we needed. Yeah, someone says here, they just made it too realistic. The approach on the bottom one is far better. The dude put more effort into his work than Disney put effort into a remake. And then someone disagrees. Someone says Disney remake is way better. There's going to be some people out there. But I think overall, the main consensus is that the cartoonish one's better. Yeah, exactly, Samuel. It's pretty interesting how we end up talking about Disney a lot. It's like unplanned. It's pretty wholesome, right? Let's talk about depressing stuff. No, why? Oh yeah, so I'll talk about. I just remembered. I'll talk about like funny stuff that happened at work. Diamond. Oh, talk about dog stuff. Ugh. I mean, why? I mean, I guess we could, right? I mean, I could. I could talk about anything. Anyone? Need a water break or something? A little intermission. I'm gonna get some more water. My pajamas. Not to show off, but I used to do Taekwondo. I already mentioned it to Samuel, and Samuel's like, "Oh, why does he keep bringing it up?" Well, I'm gonna bring it up every single time. Little. See, I like pants that I've always liked cargo type pants that are I can stretch. And I don't know how. I mean, guys have their own taste, but some guys out there wear skinny jeans. I mean, how the hell? How? All right, I'm gonna. I should probably stretch before doing that, eh? I'm gonna get water. Little boxing. All right, look at water. Okay, I'm back. You know, me and Samuel were talking about before how, you know, I watch streams and whatnot, and or long form videos, and when it comes to streams, you know, something that came to mind is sometimes, let's say you watch a stream and you're like glued to it, right, and it's live, right? But you know, it'd be cool if like the guy who's like doing the live would be like, hey, intermission, if you wanna grab a snack or grab something to eat, and like I'll be back like in 5 minutes, and then everyone can go and 5 or 10 minutes, heat up your food and then come back and chill again, like a little intermission, right? So I am all about that, and I just saw a screw here from the chair that apparently I'm tearing apart. I'm breaking this here screw. Samuel says he's gonna upload his YouTube video. He was making a thumbnail. Nice. How long was that process? How did you get the oh yeah, you create specific thumbnails, right? Yeah. A lot of like post-production stuff, am I right? Props for that, bro. You made it. You made it. You made it. Bro, like after that, you'd probably feel like man, like accomplished as hell, right? Right? Where am I gonna put this screw, bro? Yeah. Let's put it here. Oh, that's cool. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You know, it's cool. Like, I don't mind that. Like, I want to be, you know, put me in the background while you're getting ready for work or whatever, anyone, right? And just have me play in the background. You know, while you got stuff done, you know? You know, I do that also, you know? I'm walking around my room, but I could still see the screen, you know, when I glance towards it, you know, when I glance at it. You know, it's cool also, like, I can also, like, get stuff done while streaming. I don't know. It feels like I don't know. It feels nice. You know, like I understand why. You know, someone would stream and get stuff done. You know, whether that'd be me. You know. I don't know. I feel like I got a feeling for it, but I'm not sure yet. I might do it. I might do what I'm thinking. I gotta think about it. I might, I don't know, well, I'm not gonna say it. When I start doing it, you'll just see me do it. But I gotta get pumped up, though. Which I do feel pretty pumped up now. I feel pretty good, you know. So I might just do it suddenly, right? Yo, Samuel. So is your video right now? It's processing. It takes a while, right? I guess it depends, right? Especially if it's long form. Man, I remember when I was doing like reactions, bro. I was so frustrated. Like it would process, and then it would get a copyright, so it wouldn't even let it be uploaded. And then I would have to just like go back. This is like months ago, around like, a few months ago, etc. And I would have to just go back and edit it and just assume and just I would have to research like, okay, what do I take out? What parts do I take out? What parts do I remove, take out, and etc. It's just not doable, you know. I mean, it's doable, but I mean, come on, like, you know, I conserve my energy. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't know how these reactors do it. You know, they react to like straight up music videos, and I don't know how. I don't know how they do it. You know, it's like they probably. I mean, I know they hire people, or it's just very time consuming. You know, or they got the hang of it. Well, it's still time consuming, right? To edit and all that stuff, and they probably have like higher end gear and all that. You know, higher end software and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Well, I've heard that like they would casually mention at some point how like they have an editor, but it'd be like an off the cuff mention, and if you just pay attention and you catch on to it, you're like, oh, so they have an editor, and they pay that guy. Hell nah, am I gonna do that? No way. So yeah. You know, I don't mind sitting down because I'm on my feet all day. But like, I'm just gonna stand up for a bit. Let's see here. I wonder how much they pay though. I'm just curious, how much are they spending? Alright, I'm good now. So a little bit of a little break from sitting down, but I'm good now. Oh, yes, yes. Whew. You know, it's crazy. It's been like an hour, and I felt more present this time around. So last time was like 6 hours. I mean, I'm kind of blown away by that still. Let me check here in my, how long was the first stream we did? It was an hour and 22. And the one I'm doing right now has been an hour 37. So that's been like maybe 3 total. It's only like just half of the last stream, 6 hours. It's pretty interesting. I feel more present. I was like much more tired. You know, sort of the day and all that stuff. Tired, whatever. I guess worn out, whatever. But the nap helped and all that stuff. But now I feel present. I mean, I wasn't last week, last Friday. I think it flew by so fast. I wonder why though. But I feel more present now. I feel more present. Let me just do some Family Feud here. Let's see. Okay. Oh, before I do that, I gotta do that so I can do that. What's your percentage in the processing right now, Samuel? Steve Harvey. Oh, nice. Cool beans. Cool beans. There you go. All right. Let me get my water. It's right here. He's come out. Oh, you do? Nice. Great minds think alike. Eh? I think I've always played against a girl. Oh, it started. Name something on you or about you that's off center. What? I have no idea. I'm just gonna make stuff up. Damn, what? This is terrible. She's totally beating me. This is not good. Not a good look for me. Yeah, Family Feud. This doesn't let me type. I got 3 X's already. I thought I got 3 X's. Still lets me type? That's weird. I have no idea what else could be. I have no idea. Shimon. What? Oh, we're tied, eh? I'm not gonna cheat. What else is a 4? Oh, yes. Thank you, Dynamite. Oh, I know, I was thinking animal, right? Fucking rhino. I was thinking animal, but unicorn, I saw it would make sense also. What the fuck? I won her time. So that's why. I have to get this one to win her. It's kind of funny. Oh, it's hard. 6. What? Oh, from a 20. Okay. Flowers. I have no idea. I have no idea, man. Fake flowers. Well, I put flowers already. Thanks anyways. I have no idea. Oh, I won! Oh, wow. Cool. I don't really win anything. Okay, but this is something we did before, man. Food. Balls. That's funny. Balls. Maybe a good birthday gift for a vampire. Well, not an onion. Sunglasses. Because, you know, they hate the sun. past 100 now. Oh, what? Blood? That's so like on the nose. Cool. You have to reach like 100, right? For like the fast money. A new high score. Save. Never mind. I'm gonna do one more. It's pretty cool. I'm playing like against like an actual person. It's not poop. Tantrums. Play on words. Bits. That's a tantrum. Vomit. Throw puke. Oh, that's a good one. I think it's dynamite. Makes sense. Diapers? I don't think they throw diapers. I don't know. What else would they throw? Themselves? Hooters? Stephen Hawking or what's this Hawkins? Hawkins, so not really. Walls. Oh, spear. Frisbee. So I'm nasty. Weights? I know something about weights. Just need one more. Hawkins, I guess, Stranger Things character, right? I mean, that plays Hawkins. Name something that gets thrown by an athlete. Balls, a frisbee, discus. I've never heard it used that way. I already said pole, did I? I already said spear. I have no idea what else. Oh my god. Oh, well, already. So I'm questions are repeated. I thought sunglasses would be good, you know? Maybe a hoodie? Sun. Bro, hoodie and sunglasses are good. Another athlete? That's funny. Their wives? Because, you know, that's a bad joke. You know, because athletes love it and the freaking. Name a good birthday gift for a vampire. No, it's not gonna be onion, but whatever. Screw it. Maybe it's the worst present. I don't know. DVD of Twilight. Well, I mean, I can think of messed up answers, but Bloods. specific place you need monsters, under the bed, I guess. I never thought that. The other day, to me, it might put him in the house that most other people wouldn't. I don't know, this fucking whip. I can answer this question in different ways. Pole? Let's see. One. Still one though. Cool. Alright. A new high score. I'm on a roll. Edna mode. Like, yeah. Dude, Incredible. Such a great movie, right? I still remember that scene with Edna where, alright. Is Edna a guy or a girl? I totally forgot. Pretty ambiguous. But we're talking about, like, it's a woman, right? Talking about the cape. And the cape gets sucked by the jet engine of a plane. That was funny. Oh, yeah, Samuel had blood already, yeah. Edna's a woman, right? I mean... Edna's a woman. Oh, her actual last name is Mode? She! Yes, it's a woman. I knew it. She's a woman. I knew it. I was right. Well, it's funny how the director voiced her as well. Well, him, her. That kind of explains why there's some ambiguity there. She's compared to actress Linda Hunt. Yeah, Diamond, yeah. She's so funny, man. It's like how like a small character in a movie could be so fun. When I say small, I mean like a minor character, right? But she's small also, and she's so impactful. Yeah. Now I feel chilled again. I haven't seen the second Incredibles. Is it good? I have not seen it. I hope it's good. Dude, Brad Pitt's a great director. He directed Mission Impossible, Ghost Protocol, and that's like my favorite Mission Impossible one. You know, the one where they go to Dubai, and he climbs up the high tower in Dubai. That's so awesome, bro. And if you think about it, Ghost Protocol kind of set the scene for all the new ones. Like, it's like the first one, right? Of like that vibe. It has the same vibe as the new ones after. Oh yeah, so let's talk about it right now. It's an interesting topic. Have you guys seen... Also, Samuel liked Incredibles too. Have you guys seen the last Mission Impossible? I have a theory. I mean, I think Rebecca Ferguson has to be alive. I think she has to be alive. I watched it in the theater. It wasn't as good as the first one. It was fun though. Except for the scene in the box of lights. It gave me a headache. What's her character's name? Rebecca Ferguson in the movie. What's the character's name? Ilda? Something Ilda? Something Ilda? Oh. Did you watch the one before Diamond? What's her name? Ilda? Alda? Ilda? I don't remember. I saw it in a while. Ilsa. I was close. It's a good one. But I don't like what happened to her in the movie. So well, Samuel, have you seen it? I don't want to spoil it. Ugh. Point being, something happens to her, and well, I already said it, right? I think she's still like alive, bro. I think she's still like in early on in the movie, she gets like destroyed, bro. She gets killed by this dude here. This dude right here. Oh, I'm blocking, kind of. Oh, crap. Well, are you into him, or you don't care? So I'm just hoping she comes back, you know? I mean, someone said that, because the actress is working, on Dune. I haven't seen those ones, Dune. So she's working on Dune, and apparently scheduling and all that stuff, but nah, maybe it's just a cover, you know what I'm saying? I mean, she has to be alive, you know? It's just... Well, that's her, Rebecca Ferguson here. Okay, cool. Oh. That's my get me up more. Do you like the Mission Impossible movies, Die Mind, or what's your opinion on it? What about you, Samuel? You guys think it's like the same thing always or stuff? I like it. I like Tom Cruise. I think he's cool. I think Tom Cruise is cool. I think he's 100% cool. He's like one of the last like actual, like traditional, like the traditional type movie people. After him, no one else really has it, I have not seen Dune or the second one. It's funny because that kid Timothy, I heard someone in interviews Timothy Chalamet. I remember him as being the neglected son in Dunkirk. No, in Interstellar, because the dad cared more about his younger sister than him. He was kind of just in the background. He was like, okay, you'll be a farmer. Do they appeal to you, Die Mind? They're pretty good. I mean, the first one's okay. I mean, the first one's great. You can maybe skip the second one, even though for what it is, it's cool. But you can skip the second one. You just watch the first one, the third one, and from then on. Yeah, and he was the neglected son. The dad clearly cared about the younger sister more than him. Well, I guess because she was into the space stuff, and yeah, she grew up to be a space thing. But I don't know. It's like, I know he's playing Bob Dylan. And then the biopic of Bob Dylan. And a lot of my customers talk about, well, because there's magazines where I work and Bob Dylan and all that stuff. Oh yeah, so my job, right, I'll just talk about this because I keep forgetting. Pace weird. Yeah, Diamond. I mean, his movies are like that. Nolan is a vibe, you know. Christopher Nolan, the director. Interesting. What do you think it missed? All right, two questions. What did you think it missed, and did it make you cry? I mean, I don't cry in movies and stuff, but it was well done, that scene. She was annoying me though. She was annoying, bro. The daughter was annoying. Like, the grown up version was annoying when she was just mad at him. But I kind of understand it. But why? At least the son kept uploading vids here and there, but the daughter just was, you know, I don't know. But I can kind of get it. I get it, but still. And then, or I get it. It's like, I was gonna mention how the other girl kind of might have been kind of annoying, you know, when they went to the planet, and she got the other guy killed because of her incompetency. But hey, she ended up being right, because they had to choose between two planets to go to. And then I guess one was like the more logical one, but she said, "No, I feel something that makes me want to choose the other one." And then the guy's like, "Why?" She's like, "Oh no, it's just I can't describe it. Love." I don't know, something like that. I don't know. I don't remember it. I remember people kind of roasted that. And they're like, "Oh, jeez, love," but she was right, because the planet they went to, the guy, you know, was a bad one, and that's my favorite part of the movie. My favorite part is when they go to that planet, and Matt Damon's there, and he is like, you know, I kind of get where he's coming from, because he's like, he knows that they would have never come for him if he wouldn't have sent the signal, and when they arrived, he had to, you know, he had to plan, right, to like sabotage. That was cool. What I didn't like was when they kept cutting away from this scene where, you know, Matthew McConaughey is fighting Matt Damon. I'm like, oh shit, and they kept cutting away. I'm like, why would you cut away from this intense scene? I don't like it when movies do that. They can do it in certain parts, but not in an intense part. Oh, I respect your opinion. Yeah, maybe for you it was just too slow pace. I can kind of understand that. It wasn't for me, and I think what kept me intrigued was the music and the look of it. I love the look of Christopher Nolan movies. Dunkirk is a great one. I can kind of see myself in Dunkirk. I picture myself like as one of those, like, you know, young guys at the war and all that stuff, and that'd be crazy, you know. And, you know, especially in World War II, you know. Dunkirk's a great one. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, you know what I mean. Like, it's not like I would want to be blah blah blah. But I'm just saying, like, I put myself in their shoes, basically. Like, damn, like, what would I do? What would I do? That's what I mean. And you kind of feel what they're feeling, you know. And I like how, you know, I did mention before in previous streams how it just, like, no dialogue in the movie's bad. But that was like for WALL-E, which I never don't remember seeing the whole thing when I was a kid. It was boring. But Dunkirk is different because there's so much action, right? And it's humans. So, and, you know, when they're at war, they're not going to be having deep conversations every 5 seconds. It's like, oh, there's an explosion. Hey, let's talk about life, you know? No. So it makes sense. Interstellar just has, you know, it's a good one, but the standout is music. And I saw it in theaters. I went with a, where did I go? Yeah, my sister. Oh. Yeah, I went there. I regret not seeing Dunkirk in theaters. But Interstellar has great music and the look of it. But yeah, I can totally understand your point of view. Did you watch Gravity? I remember there being like competition between, and I saw both in theaters. Gravity Who did I watch that one with? Who did I see Gravity with? I saw it with someone. Was it a friend or family? Friend. They came out the same year. Gravity and Interstellar. What part do you agree with, Diamond? Hey, have you seen Holes yet? I'm gonna keep asking you that. Shia LaBeouf one. It's a good one. Dig it up on, dig it. Dig it up on. Dig it up on, dig it. Dig it up on. I'm gonna look up the lyrics, right? I don't remember the lyrics, but Gravity's like a kind of like a so it's about a woman and Sandra Bullock, and she's in space, and you know, like these meteors, whatever, small rocks, small meteors, right? They hit the space station where she's at, so she's just like floating around. That's the movie. It's good. It's not bad. It's just a little fun fact. The guy who directed The Prisoner of Azkaban, he directed Gravity. He's done good ones. He did one called Children of Men. That's a good one. Like a really good one. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah. Dig it up, dig it. Dig it up, oh. Dig it up, dig it. Dig it up, yeah. Take a bad boy, make him dig 5 feet. The dirt and shovels will give us a beat. Okay, you gotta find something you never found before. If not, we'll just have to dig some more. You got to go and dig those holes. I like this verse here. I mean, it's good, you know. 2 suits, 2 tokens in hand. I got no respect, cause I'm the new man. Got my shovel, shoes full of sand. Check out the tag, the name's Caveman. Dig it up on, dig it. Dig it up on. I thought it said up. I guess it's O. Dig it up on, dig it. It should be dig it up O. It's called Sisu. Yeah, Holes and Enchanted, they're 2 good ones, right? Sisu, I'm gonna look it up. Oh wow. It's a Finnish historical action thriller film. An ex-soldier who discovers gold in the Lapland wilderness tries to take the loot into the city. German soldiers led by a brutal SS officer battle him. Wow, I'm intrigued. I am intrigued, dog. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Dude, I haven't watched movies in a long time, man. Looks good. I mean, I just read that, and I'm not gonna read more. Looks good. Thanks for the recommendation. Sisu. Sisu. Diamond, what's your opinion on, like, what's this guy's name? There's many guys, like, you know, the known ones, like, you know, Mr. Beast, or what's this kid's name? All those people, do they annoy you, or you think they're overrated, or you think they're cool? Just those people. What's your opinion on them? I think it was I think somebody in the chat in a previous stream brought it up. just brought them up. Oh, it looks like a good movie. Damn, I'll type that down and just so I can remember. It's a cool that it's like a short title, so it's easy to remember. Sisu. Oh yeah. So I keep forgetting. Yeah, Diamond. That's what I mean. I was gonna mention how my job, it's like I'm like unintentionally like a low-key stand-up comedian. I mentioned that previous stream a bit. How like yeah, since it was Valentine's Day and all that stuff, it's kind of funny. Yeah, so something I do, which I kind of mentioned, was it with Eric, just with typing session. That was kind of like a conversation we had. Basically, it's a conversation we had. I mentioned how I do jokes with them. I joke around a lot with the customers. So, what's an example of them going after kids? What have they done? So I joke around with customers a lot. And so there's like a customer, right? And she comes up. It could be, I don't discriminate any type of customer, right? Any woman. And she's at the register, and normally, the cashier is like, yeah, here's what I want to talk about. Yes, normally the cashier is like kind of like disconnected. They're like, do you have a CVS phone number with us? But I don't do that. I looked him in the eye and I'm like, could I have your number? And then like depending on their reaction, right? And then after, I'm out, and then I just write down, yeah, for CVS. Sometimes I don't say anything. It's just funny. I want to give an impression for like a second that I'm like asking for their phone number. It's really funny. Thanks, Samuel. Oh my gosh, Diamond. Yeah, I mean that's like over the line type stuff. And they do that? These influencers do that? That's crazy. Could you name some that do that? I guess I'm like out of the loop on that. Oh, that's my shadow. I was like, what's that? It's my shadow. I remember that. She did like an apology thing where she had like a little small guitar, and people something like that where she kind of gave like a half-ass apology. Am I right? I mean, I'm not gonna hate on anyone, but I remember when I was younger, and I saw some of her. I'm like, she's annoying. She seems nice, but I mean, blah blah blah. But that voice she'd make is so annoying. Just be normal. Diamond is like so like what's the word? You give vibes like a detective that's been on the job for like 40 years and they've seen it all. So they're like there's no hope. That's the vibe you give. You know what I mean? Do you agree with that? Diamond? Or water. Gave up on them being decent people. Yeah, it's like a movie out there, something like a detective or something. It's been like I don't know, for like 40 years or 20 years. He's like, like there's no hope. The things I've seen, there's no going back. I could get all serious and dark, right? Things I've seen, you can't even imagine. I can't sleep at night. Oh, the horror. The horror. There's no hope. There's no hope. I can't lie to my kids and tell them there's hope. I can't lie to them. The world is a mess. Yeah. It's like he's seen some shit. Oh my gosh, he's been through it, bro. Detective, or she, you know, you're Diamond. She's been through it, Diamond. Oh the gosh, Detective Diamond. She took down the big cases. Oh yeah, so at my job, right? So at my job, you know, I don't plan it out. I just do it. I don't know. Maybe it helps me make time go by faster. I don't know. So it's like, I guess the camera, you're like the customer, right? So normally, they're like, okay, and don't even face them. Like, what's your CVS phone number? Or do you have a card? Oh, crap. Oh, I gave away where I work at. Oh, shit. This whole time, I was like, oh my gosh. This whole time, I'd be like, oh, well, I work at this big company that has this, and now I just gave it away. Oh my gosh. So much for trying to be private, right? Oh, damn, bro. It's like, that's why, I don't know, maybe need more sleep or something? I don't know, man. Crap. I didn't want to, I don't know if I should edit that out, but I don't want to lose a live chat. I mean, I'll keep it in. It doesn't matter. It's not like it's kind of like a, you know, like an intimate following anyways, right? It's not like I got a big, I mean, also it's like there's a lot of different of those companies, right? Different places, right? It's not like it's only one location, right? Man, sometimes I just talk and yeah. It's funny because before, you know, Shaggy would ask, and, you know, other people would ask like, oh, where do you work at? But, oh yeah, it's a place, you know, it's a big one. It has all kinds of stuff, you know. I don't know, should I? I mean, it is a big company. It's not like there's only one place, right? It's not like there's only one place, anyways. Oh, maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I don't think. It doesn't matter. Anyways, so I'm at the register, right? And all right, that kind of threw me off my game, bro. All right, so I'm at the register. I mean, what do you think, Diamond or Samuel? Like, it is like a pretty big company, right? I mean, it shouldn't matter, right? You know, I'm pretty surprised that these streams, when I uploaded, they got like, the last one got 200 views. Like, I'm pretty surprised it even got like 100 views, right? I mean, that's cool. I'm wondering, like, how the hell? You know, I like this intimate vibe, right? It's like me, you know, and two of you, right? But we're just hanging out. But I'm like, you know, last one got, you know, I'm surprised it even gets to 100 views, right? I wonder how that happens, right? I higher up? What do you mean? No, but my question was like, would it be a big deal? Like, let's say you work for a big company and you mention a company. I mean, there's like tons of different locations. It's not like I gave away like the exact detail, right? Tearing up my heart when I'm with you, but when we are apart, I feel it too. And no matter what I do, I feel the pain, with or without you. Bum, ba-dum, ba, ba, hey, yeah. That's the part that I'm thinking about. Diamond. I don't remember, but I do remember signing. That's the part where I'm unsure of, like the contract thing. I work at CVS. I already said it anyways. What's the point? I work at CVS. I work at CVS. I work at CVS. I work at CVS. I don't remember if I signed the contract. I don't remember. I work at CVS. Crap, bro. Shit, bro. You know, technically where I live at, there is like a rule where you can't make too much noise after 9 p.m. Well, Samuel, your gut instinct was right. I mean, when I give away to the pharmacy, it kind of leads to like either that or Walgreens, right? Or maybe I work at Walgreens, and I've been using CVS as a Trojan horse, as a cover-up. It is a big company, you know, and you know the pay is good. The contract is the most important part. Yeah, so the cat's out of the bag. Alright, so yeah, I got too loud, bro. Like, there's like actual rules here where, you know, we got like an email. Oh, everyone did. You can't make. Well, it's Friday night. You know, come on, bro. Damn, but look at the time, bro. Shit. It's like not even night. It's like early morning. Technically. They're gonna be like, oh, there's some crazy guy. I mean, screaming where he works at. I don't think they can hear, though. So, Diamond, how would that work? Like, just because I talk about a place... That'd be an issue or something. Yep, agreed. All right, I'm back now. I'm chill now. All right, so at my job, right? So most people, like I said, like, oh, do you have a number with us? That's what I should have said, right? You have a number with us? So I go, hey, and like I lean forward a bit. I lean forward a bit, right? And I whisper, you know. So I'm not being like, hi, hello, do you have a phone number? You know, I go like that, and I lean, I'm like, could I have your number? You know, it's funny. Sometimes it's like, well, most of the time they laugh. It's like, when it's like an older woman, she like giggles. She's like, oh, ha, 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 you're so funny. Or sometimes they start back, they're like, oh. And then I'm like, nah, I'm just playing. And then they crack up. And then there's some times where there's like an awkward silence, and those are my favorite ones. But most of the time, like I say, like 99% of the time, it's just funny. And I've been told that it's cool, someone being, like in a good mood and stuff, when they're, most of the time people aren't in a good mood when they check out. Like I have this coworker where she really sticks to the script. She's been there for many years. She's like, I guess like a veteran there, older woman. And people have trying to get people to sign up, right? So it's like, oh, do you have a membership with us? And sometimes they're like, no, I don't. I'm not from here. And she's like, well, if you do, you could get 25% cash back on this product. And then she starts like trying to sell the item, and I'm like, oh, why even? The customer's like, okay, no thanks. And they're like, oh, you sure? Well, if you today for a limited time option, you can. So it's like, I'm not that type of person trying to sell things. So most of the time, I just ask because I have to have a phone number. And then if he goes like, no, I don't. I'm like, okay. And I just keep scanning. And then the boss tells me, hey, you got try and get them to sign up. And I'm like, okay. And someone did sign up today. So it's fine. But I hate trying to sell things. I mean, I could. My last job, I was selling. Fuck, bro. Am I gonna give away my whole fucking biography? Damn. Hey, I can keep a secret. I can. But ironically, if it's like about me, I might. But if it's about someone else, I can keep secrets. All right, I can keep secrets. It's just about me because there's like a part of me deep down I don't care. But anyways, yeah, when it's about me. Anyways, yeah, previous job, like, I do sell pretty good. I'm not into it as much. That's the thing. But technically, I'm a salesman. Technically. In this one, and in the previous one, and the one before that. Bro, I've had some weird coworkers, bro. I've had this weird coworker who, I kind of mentioned a bit about that. Where I worked there only for like a while. And he'd be like, oh, yo, watch this. He would show me some crazy shit. I'm like, hey man, don't show me that kind of stuff, bro. I got mad. I didn't get mad, but I was annoyed. And he's just those types of people that just watch crazy shit for the sake of it. And he gets off on it or something. I'm like, don't show me that, bro. It's like, tell me what it is before, and I'm not gonna. And then I'll say no. Yeah. I mean, there's like tons of weird ones out there, bro. I mean, there's lots of them. Lots of them are normal. Some of them are weird. I'll just say it. And what's your opinion? There's this boss. Well, damn, I can talk about a lot. My own job. There's this pattern, bro. Whenever there's like a new girl, she wouldn't last. Or like a new person, but it would just happen to be girls. I guess because they had like enough guys, so they wanted to hire a girl. And like I would always end up becoming like friends with them, and then they wouldn't get along with anyone else. Cause what happened was that whenever someone else new showed up after me, like I showed up, I was accepted. I got along with everyone there. But for some reason, after me, whenever a new girl showed up, they wouldn't like accept her. They wouldn't like accept her in the clique, and it was like a blatant clique where it was like at the island. Well, not the island, but where the registers are. They'd be huddled up. I'd be there sometimes, but but I would notice when I'm working that she'd be by herself, and they'd be huddled up there, and I'd talk to her, and that's not cool. It's like, hey, if you're a manager, you have to be inclusive of everybody. So it wasn't just like one; it was 1, 2, and then 3 times at the same time. So it was one girl. She was great. Oh, she's funny. She's cool, right? And not funny, but she's nice, funny. Sorry, she's a nice person, right? And she left eventually. I was like, damn, and because of the other people, the manager and stuff. And then a second one girl who I also got along with, and then also left. And then the third time they hired 3 girls at the same time, and they all ended up leaving. And the one that stayed the longest, there was this shit that happened where how can I say it? I'll just say it. I mean, I'm not giving away names or anything, right? So apparently, like, she told me that, yeah, human nature, right? I like humans, but I guess it's just the immature humans, right? She told me that someone texted her saying they were the boss, and they wrote her a message saying, like, where was it? It was weird, right? It was obviously weird. They sent her a message saying, like, hey, I know you need this job, and I know you're worried about losing it, or she was asking for some day off or something, I don't know. And he's like, basically, she was asking for something, and he was like, you know, I can help you, but in the message someone sent her, and the first message sent was him saying, like, oh, it's me, name, like the name, your boss. So maybe it was him, maybe someone else pretending to be him. And then after that was a message saying, like, send me a pic of you. Without, you know, something. If you get what I mean. And she showed me the messages. So I'm like, damn, like, what's happening? You know, I mean, I believe her. I do. So someone else, maybe, I mean, there's this other coworker there who was weird as hell. So I thought maybe it could have been him, but why would he throw the manager under the bus? Or was it the actual manager doing that? And then I told her, hey, you know, I'll go with you. We gotta let the supervisor know. So the woman who was, like, on top of the manager, she sometimes shows up there, sometimes doesn't. Or I don't know, I told her, call up HR or whatever. And she did, and then the HR came, and all they did was they got the manager's phone, and they saw he didn't. But, I mean, he could have just had a second phone number. Fuck, bro. I never thought I'd be talking about this stream, bro. This stream was supposed to be, like, not about real life. But no, that's the reason. But, you know, she stayed the longest. She ended up leaving because she got sick of it. But it was awkward because whenever she'd walk away, he'd walk a different way. But the other two left because the weird coworker. He was this weird guy, bro. Like, he was a tryhard. He'd wear, like, these dress shoes and these boots, dress boots, and he'd always walk with like a vest, like he had a vest on over a uniform, and he would always be trying too hard, and he had like a normal voice, but you could tell that when he talked, he purposefully tried to make it as deep as possible. So he was that kind of guy, and he was a dick. And I got along with him at first. He was a pretty funny guy. And apartment was like, yeah, he's kind of weird, but, you know, he's funny. Nah, he's weird. I found out, like, soon after. And I told him, hey, man, don't be a dick to the new girls, because they're not gonna want to stay. I mean, what? Don't be. And I told him, hey, don't talk to him that way. And then the manager, he basically said, like, it's okay, I'm covered for him. So I was like, you know, I was like low key the protector of the new girls, right? And then, like, after they were all gone, you know, a while later, this guy, he tried to like he already knew he couldn't, like, mess with me because, like, I didn't take his shit. But he tried, like, complaining about something I was doing. I was like, what are you talking about, bro? And then the manager saw we were arguing. I was arguing with him, and we started, like, shouting at each other. And then he took us. He's like, okay, both of you come to the back with me. We went to the back in the corner, and, you know, he lost his frame, right? And I was like, you know, he basically was proving my point. How he's like unstable, bro. I'm like, look at him. He's like freaking out. I was just like, look at this guy. And then he's like, all right, both of you, you're gonna get suspended. And I'm like, really? And then I'm like, so like, we were sent home early that day. I'm like, you know what? He can stay. He's such a kiss ass. He was a kiss ass. He would bring like food from like lunch break for people and all that. And I could tell. You remember Dwight from The Office? Remember when Dwight bought the people at the office? He bought them like donuts or something, and he's like, "Oh, you owe me. Now you owe me." You remember that episode? He's that kind of guy. Where you know it's fake. And I never accepted anything from him. I never accepted anything. I'm like, I'm good, thanks. No thanks. I mean, yeah, I never did. But anyways, point being, well, I mean, no. There was one time he brought like juice boxes, and I'm like, okay, I'm thirsty. And I got one of the juice boxes. I'm not gonna lie. But, anyways, so he's a kiss ass, bro. A total kiss ass. Like he's the type of guy that he talks to you and he's like, oh yeah, I don't like that either. And then when you hear him talking with someone else, he's like, oh yeah, I like that. Know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Yep. Samuel and Diamond. And it's like, it's just a job, bro. Like some jobs, I get it to be professional, but they take it so seriously. It's like they think like they're a fucking general, you know. Anyway, so after that day when I was sent home early, I'm like, man, I was already getting tired of that place because it got boring. Because when there wouldn't be people, we just like walk around. It was like a 9-hour shift. I was on my feet. I mean, it was just boring, you know. And I can't deal with someone I don't respect, like as a manager, you know. He was nice, but like. He acted like a high school kid. I don't know, probably like he felt cool and all that. Being a manager, he had like a clique, and well, he's a boss. That's why, you know. It was. But anyways, afterwards, like, so after like when I got home, I mean, but the manager was nice to me. I gotta be honest. He was cool with me. I don't know, behind my back he talked whatever, but with me he was cool. It was that other weird guy who was a kiss ass, who was just like. Weird as hell, bro, and addicted to new girls, bro. And when I got home, the manager called me. The manager wasn't ever mean to me, you know. He covered for the crazy guy, the weird guy, but he wasn't ever mean to me, the manager. So and he's the one that hired me, and I needed that job during that time. So you know, I'm cool with him. And maybe I'm not sure if it was him that texted that girl. Me and this this other one, a cool coworker I had, he thinks that someone else did it, or he thinks that she was lying, because he's unsure. I don't know. I really don't know what happened there. Part of me thinks it was the crazy coworker who did it, but I'm like, why would he throw the manager under the bus? That's a part of that, because if he kisses his ass so much, why would he do that? That's a part that I'm like questioning. But I got over it. I'm just talking about it now. I didn't even want to talk about this, but I'm talking about it. I just want to talk about the funny jokes I make in my current job. But yeah, you're both right. Yeah, so he called me up. He's like, "Oh, okay, you'll be expecting a call from HR and about your feud with your other coworker." And then I just never answered. When I saw they were calling, I'm like, I don't feel like explaining myself to her about what happened. I never answered. I just like freaking never went back. And then I got a new job and another process, whatever. And now I'm at where I'm at, and I'm doing good. So where I'm at, it's good. I like it. So, you know, what matters is, yeah, like having standards of respect, right? And I remember when I left, you know, my family, when I told them, right, they're like, "Oh, don't do that. Why? You shouldn't have done it." I'm like, no. I mean, I'll find another job. I left. I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I'll find somewhere else. Why? Come on. And I did. So just a tip for anyone out there, right? Don't ever feel like you're trapped. There's always a way out. I never felt trapped. I left. And I told him after I did it. And I'm like, yo, thank God I didn't wait for anyone's approval or, like, opinion. And it's funny because an uncle of mine, after he found out, he's like, him and my cousin, my cousin agrees with his dad, his uncle. They were like, the only ones that they're like, oh, you did good. Don't ever settle. And I'm like, yeah, thanks. But yeah, just don't ever settle. And respect, yeah. Anyways, so at my job now, it's cool, right? Because most of the people that are there, aside from me, they've been there for many years, and they're like older people, right? So it's like a cool dynamic. And, thank you, Samuel and Diamond. So now you know a lot about me now. Thanks, Diamond. Yeah, it's a good message. It is. It really is. Because there's people that are unhappy, and they go somewhere they hate, and it's just not worth it, I like where I work. It's just, I got there late today. Traffic was insane, because a lot of people visiting. It's a nice area. Not right. Well, where I work at, it's a nice area. Specifically, that zone. Yeah. So basically, at my job now, let's get more. It's all been positive, anyways. So I like joking around. I did this funny joke where I just remember where there's this customer, and she's like an older woman, right? She looks like totally harmless, right? Well, hey, don't judge a book by its cover, right? But she was harmless. And I'm at the register, and I have my uniform, whatever. And then I just go like, all right, subject is approaching. She has her red shirt. She's potentially dangerous. I'll assess her right now and call authorities. Call back up. Hi, ma'am. How are you? And I'll do it purposefully loud so she could hear what I'm doing. And she'd be confused. She'd be like, me? And then, of course, later on, I'd be like, I'm just playing. And then she'd laugh. Relieved, right? You know how cops have that thing where, they have like something like a little mic on the shoulder? That's just funny. What else do I do? Yeah, thanks. Well, it's kind of like with the other coworkers, it's kind of like a joke. It's kind of like, I guess, could be kind of on the line, but it's done like with positive intentions. Well, I think I already mentioned it, where whenever a coworker leaves, you have to point at the camera, and if they have stuff, look at the bag and be like, basically, when you put thumbs up, you're saying they're not stealing. And they use the term "check me out." So they're like, "Oh, can you check me out?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I can check you out." And it sounds like something else, right? So whenever they're walking towards me, I know they want me to check them out. I'll be like, "Hey, I can check you out. Hey, I'll check you out. Hey, let me check you out." So it's like the way you say it, right? It's funny. Depending on the way you say it. That's also like a funny thing I do. What else? Oh yeah, I think in the conversation I had with Eric, I brought that up. How they come with coupons, right? Coupons. They come with coupons, and for discount. They save like a bunch, and then like so they put all their stuff on the counter. They put all the coupons, and then I'm like, oh, sorry, we don't accept coupons anymore. Like, what? Yeah, like as of today, there's a new policy. We don't accept coupons anymore because the company's losing money. I'm sorry. with that face of mine. I'm serious. And then they're like, "What? Well, this is unbelievable. I can't believe this." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm just playing." Like they were about to get pissed off and like do like a rant, and then I'm like, "Oh, I'm just playing." That's funny. I like that one a lot. And these people, you know, they're willing to die on that hill. They're willing to put up a fight because it's a good area, and they saved up all those coupons, right? That's funny. So I mentioned it with the Eric stream, and that's something I want to do, and then I've done it since, right? It's funny. But yeah, and there's more. I can't think of any now. Any other ones? Sometimes I just ask them about random things, just for people's opinions on things. Kind of like with you guys here, you know? It's like, what's your opinion on this and that, you know? I know there's like a funny one I did. Oh yeah, sometimes, so like the phone number thing. Sometimes, it's not, I guess it doesn't count as a joke, but when I do that, I lean in and I whisper, "Can I have your phone number?" And they give it to me, and so they don't give, and then I say, "This is the only acceptable context, right?" For this, and then they laugh, you know. But you know what I'll do one of these days? I'll do it. I forget about it. I'm gonna actually, I don't know if you guys want me to. I could do it where I pull out my phone. So I'll be like, "What's your phone number?" And then I'll pull out my phone. And I'll be like, "Okay, okay," and then put it in my pocket. And then just continue as if nothing happened. Should I do that? Or am I risking my job? I don't think I'm risking it. Because I've done other jokes before. It's okay. It depends, right? Oh, man. I mean, it's funny because I joke about it because it's kind of funny just asking people's phone number all the time. Oh, yeah, another joke I make is like, after they give me their phone number, and I put in their card or whatever, and then sometimes the register asks a question like, "Oh, want to donate to this charity?" So there's like, think about it, there's like 4 questions, and then I'm like, so many questions, right? And you're like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Oh, just one more thing. What's your blood type?" "Oh, just one more thing. What's your social security number?" And then they get their like, "Oh, what?" Sometimes they're like, "Oh, and then I'm like, you don't have to. I'm just playing." So many questions for things, right? And why can't it be like just like you go somewhere, you pay, that's it, you know? Oh man. I was helping this customer with like the photos and all that, and it took a while. I was just guessing, and because we ended up working it out, and then you know, I was like holding her phone. I'm like, "I can touch your phone, right?" And she's like, "Yeah, of course I can touch your phone." And, you know, and then when I helped her out, she's like, "Oh, thank you so much." And then she taps me on the shoulder, and she's like, "I can touch you, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, you can touch me. Of course you can touch me." And then like at the end, she's like, "Oh, thank you so much for your help," because it took a while, right? And I helped her out, and at the end, and then I'm like, "Hey, what was it I said?" I forgot what I said. No, I said, "Hey, nah." Alright, I had a different customer. I do remember this one. I had a different customer where so some things have like an alarm sticker on it where if it goes through the thing, the alarm goes off. So what we have in the front is we have a thing where you can rub it on the counter to take away the alarm thing. I don't know. And I'm like, okay, I'm rubbing it so the alarm doesn't go off, because if it does go off, you know, we'd have to take you down, and we have 2 pit bulls in the back. And then they're like, "Oh," and I'm like, "I'm just playing." That was funny. And then when the girl was it was a girl and someone else. I think her friend or her mom. I mean, she seemed pretty young. Maybe it's like a young mom. No, I think it was her friend, girl and her friend. I saw when they were leaving, she raised up the thing over the alarm so it doesn't go off. So hey, I told her I was joking, but she still like did that to avoid it going off. Imagine if we had that. I worked at a like a previous job, like even before the other previous ones. Well, even before the one I mentioned before, I worked at this place. I mean, what's the point? I should just say where it was. Yeah. So I worked at this place, and sometimes I would switch shifts when the other guy was on a break or whatever, as the security guy. And they told me, I'm like, okay, so what do I do if someone's stealing? Then that's why I chase them, right? And they're like, no, you can't do anything to them. You have to let them steal it. I'm like, well, they didn't say that, but they said all you can do is just watch them. And wait, all you can do is like, it was so dumb because these guys take their job so seriously, and they can't do anything. So like, they have actual mics. So the joke I made before about the mics, they have like actual small mics, and then you put it in your ear, and all they would do is like they would point out to each other a suspicious customer, like, okay, a customer is there with a red backpack and white shoes, and an older gentleman about 60 years old and has a gray beard. And then what that means is that he would want you to walk near them, and all you could do is walk near them to give the impression that that you're around and there's a presence. But that's all you can do. You can't do anything else. I remember one time I wasn't on that because that wasn't my shift. I was stocking stuff, merchandise, whatever. Like was it like beds or something, or also luggage, and beds also, like pillows, whatever, decorations, whatever. And I saw in the boxer section a customer. She just walked in, and she got like 3 sets of like boxers, and like she put like one under her shirt and 2 over her shirt, and she just walked out the store. And the loss prevention guy, he's like, okay, she's leaving the store. That's all he did. She walked in, she walked out. And then after I went, his name was Chris. Well, I said it. His name was Chris, and I'm like, Chris, like, you guys like look at the cameras, you guys do something? He's like, no, we can't. We're not allowed to. So it's by law. Yeah, Samuel, exactly. They can't chase people. Oh, I troll at work, Samuel? I guess I do. It's not intentional, but I guess I do. Troll-tastic. Diamond. But yeah, I mean, wouldn't that be like a sucky job? Like, unless you have fun, but they take it seriously. I remember I would just sometimes help them out when they were short-staffed, security people. And the guy would like ask me questions, be like, what are the top 5 departments with the most missing items? And I'd be like, I don't know. And then he'd be like, well, when you come in, look at the hallway, and there's like every week it changes the top 5. Like what, shoes, underwear, I don't know, luggage. It's like, damn, bro, like, you guys can't even do anything about it. Why are you so like anal about, like, why are you so specific, detailed about it, Yeah, work smart, not hard. It's like, I'm not saying to not work at all, but it's weird. Some people just like go all in, And you know what sucks? It's just not worth it. Because there's so many examples. You guys probably seen like movies or whatever, real life accounts where someone's like been working for a company for like 30 years, and then like a new boss comes in, and their whole life gets flipped upside down. And the person, they say, oh, but I've worked here for 30 years of my life. I lost out on family dinners and vacations because I wanted to work here, and you're going to do this to me? And then the manager says, hey, it's just business. So imagine how that guy feels, bro. He put 30 years of his life into that, and they don't really care about him. So you don't want to be that guy. I don't think anyone should ever be that kind of guy. That happens a lot. You know? You know, favoritism, nepotism. Especially favoritism, right? You guys probably know about that too, right? So I'm not saying don't put effort into things, but just realize that, you know, you don't give your all, because they don't care. Exactly, Dynamite. We said like at the same time. Yeah. It's like, I know deep down they don't care about me. I don't mind. But I know it. Can't believe there's people out there who actually think. Or maybe they just don't want to think about it. It's like, they don't care about you. It's like, I'm not gonna lie. It's not like I mean, I care about them and I wish them the best, but it's not like, also, I'm not gonna be like, well, I'm not the one hiring them, right? But yeah. Where I work at's cool. I like the vibe. I did. But like, I'm saying, like, in general, right? It's like school also. So it's the damn kiss ass and all that stuff, you know? And the try hard and all that. And there's always like the guy who tries to like be the cool guy, you know, he tries hard. Ends up embarrassing himself, you know? So now you guys know a lot more about me, eh? What do you guys do? Diamond, Samuel? You school, or you got a job? Just chilling? Ah, yeah, Diamond. Well, yeah. I mean, I still think that technically what I gave is still general enough. Know what I'm saying? Anyway, I do have some protection set up, right? But either way, it's like, you know what? It's not like I'm, you know, I don't even have like anything connected to this like account really, like with money. You know, like some people get like the money thing. The was it PayPal? I don't even have that yet. I mean, maybe when I get it, when I'm able to, I'm not even able to like, I don't have it, but I'm not even able to like activate it. Maybe when I am able to, I probably will, but I mean, what's the point? Maybe I guess, but I guess kind of like I guess like some people just have it there just to have it, but they don't push it, you know. What do you guys do? I mean, what are you doing now, like in general, like school, or just taking some time to think, which is totally fine. You know, don't be embarrassed to say that. Or work or something. I went to beauty school, but I quit and started tutoring languages. I'm thinking of redoing a test and going to uni. Oh, nice. Wow, that's cool. You tutor languages. It's like more than one language. Oh, that's cool. English and Arabic. Nice. They're pretty in demand, right? Both. Equally, I'd say, probably, you know? I gotta find employment, so I'm just rolling. That's cool, bro. We've all been there. I was there before I found the one I'm at right now. You know what I recommend? Just to maybe it can help you out. Do you use like those like career web like those job seeker sites like Indeed or what's the other one? You know what I mean, like those types. Do you use that, Samuel? So point being, what I discovered is this might help you out. You'd have a better chance of just looking up the company or the place straightforward, like straight up directly online, and applying to that direct location online, like at their website, and doing their resume on their website, you know. Or nowadays they have like the AI thing, you know, whatever AI, the digital assistant, where you type there and you set up an interview, right? Or just your email. Trust me, you'd have. That's what happened with me, because Indeed is not, and there's so many people on Indeed. So many people are applying for jobs on Indeed, and it's not workable. It's not functionable. Whereas if you just apply directly one around your area, you have a way better chance. Way better chance. Just overall, you know, probability wise. And just keep doing it. You know, if you apply to like multiple places in around your area online, it's all online. I tried going in person. They're like, it's online. But yeah, so it's online, all online, and if you do that, you have way more of a chance, and it's cool. I mean, for me, it got to a point where apply more than one place at the same time, and that's what I did, because that's what I did, and I went from like having like when I was looking for no job, right, looking for one, to having like 2 options that gave me a yes on the same day. I ended up like having an interview scheduled for 2 places, and I put them on the same day. And I went to the one where I work at now. He told me yes. I'm like, cool. And I went to the second one. She told me yes. I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm like, okay. I told her, I got a yes from the previous one. I'll text you later. I'll think about it, you know. And I ended up choosing the one where I'm at now. So it's cool how like in life, you can go from like, you know, nothing to like having to choose between, 2 options. Yeah. Diamond, the test, redoing the test, well, like a qualifying test, and going to uni. Nice. Would you? I mean, yeah. I mean, you're good. I mean, you know, do you really need university, Diamond? I mean, you do what you want, but technically, couldn't you just like take like get a certificate of like proficiency online in some program, and you could just show that, and you might save yourself the money and the time of going to university. Have you thought about that? So we're talking about people who don't care about you, right? Just in general. School was like that. No one cared about you in school. And I remember this lady was trying to convince me, oh, you gotta go to college. Oh, you gotta go. And I did. But she was just like, I was senior year. She was like, and telling everyone, right, the same thing. It's like, lady, you don't even know me. You know, it's like, and then you come to find out that these people, they get like a higher pay with the more people they sign up. You know what I mean? So it's all business. It's all a business. By the way, whenever you go somewhere like that's with customer service and you're just like a nice person, that's cool. You know, I mean, there's good people. Like customers, I'd say most of them are good. You know, there are good people out there. You know, Diamond, in a sense, I mean, people are still people, right? But you probably would feel a little bit, maybe more hope when you see that, you know, hey, most people are, you know, decent and chill, you know. Yeah, I know, something like that, where, I think, for the, let me look it up. I mean, same with like all types of things where they recruit people, right? They get paid. Oh. No, I'm wrong then. I confused it with a. I confused it with the military then. No, I'm wrong. Alright, I acknowledge I'm wrong. I confused it with the military ones. The military, I mean, they get money, right? Do they? Never mind. I guess they do it because it's just their job. So I'm wrong on both counts. Oh, Diamond. I wonder when that's gonna just be done, bro. Because like YouTube is like a university itself. I don't know, man. I think, anyways. But anyways, what degree would you go for, Diamond? Which makes sense because college. If we're being cynical and realistic, and I've heard this from people who know about this subject years ago. College is only worth it if you're doing STEM. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Medicine. I think, yeah. Science, technology, science, tech, engineering, and medicine. I guess law school. But when you really think about it more, right? When you think about it further, AI is going to unfortunately replace a lot of the workforce. Even lawyers are at risk of being. There's this website that talks about like you can check if your career is going to be replaced by AI. So that's the future. That's the future. So, hey, I think the worst case scenario, the worst thing would be like, imagine like, someone who's like around our, age range, studies for like law school, and it takes a while, then they make it, and then they get replaced by AI, slowly. Diamond, yeah, MBA, yeah. I mean, that'd be a smart approach. You could have worked definitely like anywhere with a master's of business. But what's crazy? There's like a dichotomy. So it's like, it's like it's like someone tries to apply for something, right? And it's like, oh, you need a college diploma. And then someone has it. And they tell them, hey, but you need experience. But it's like, how can I have experience? I just graduated. You need experience. And then someone with experience is like, well, I guess they probably, if it's someone with experience for a college degree, they might pick the person with experience. But I guess the person with the college degree would get the better pay, because they have the college diploma. Yeah, Diamond, you're right. You remind me of my, because I think what you said reminds me of my, my sibling, my sister. She says she always told me that she's for certificate and all that stuff. Yeah. By the way, the future, man, the future, with AI replacing people and all that stuff. I mean, it's pretty dire. I gotta say, and people say that, oh, we're gonna adapt and all that stuff, but I mean, look at horses. Horses went out of work, right? Before the motor engine, right? People got by with horses. and people don't really use horses at all anymore. So, you know, are we gonna be the new horses? Where we're not gonna be as needed anymore? Exactly, Samuel. The rich will be okay. True, Diamond. Unless they want to hire the guy that they have to pay less. So, but then, you know, it wouldn't be good for the guy. Oh, man. But like I said, like, I know tons of cases where someone has the degree, they work at a job, they're good at it, and then they've given, like, you know, when you're in a job, let's say you're getting paid good money, you're gonna kind of like feel even more forced to like want to like follow the rules and all that, and not take as many days off or vacation time or whatnot, and then like there's a risk of becoming a workaholic and all that stuff, and then just to know that it could all just be taken away at any moment, like your boss take it away. But I guess that's why it's good to have a diploma, so you can go work somewhere else. But there's also the part that I found out recently, which makes sense, right? You'd have to like, at least stick around for like a year or two. I found that out. You know, it's true, right? Because it's like, because a company's not gonna want to invest in you if they see that you can leave a lot in your jobs, right? Because it you know, it turns out it makes sense. It costs money to not just recruit someone, to induct a new worker into the system. It costs them money in a sense, and it makes sense. Like all the programs, all the like where I work at and previous places, like, you have to do like exercises and all that, like lessons and all that stuff. You just skip it. You just do it, whatever. I don't skip it, but I do it. But I do it like brazenly. I just do it. But so they're putting money. You're basically an investment, right? And I guess they would get like the return of investment if you're there like at least a year, right? So that's why there's people who, and I've been aware of this. There's kind of a general unspoken, in general terms, doesn't apply to everybody, but there's like a general 2-year cycle pattern where people last 2 years in a job. No water. You're right, Diamond. Invest in what, though? That's the part where I want to know. You know what's crazy? If I had money, like, let's say if I was older and I had money years ago, I would have invested in Ripstick. I thought that was going to be the next big thing. And it wasn't. People still went back to skateboards. And then people don't even use skateboards that much nowadays. Well, it went from skateboards to longboards, then penny boards, then longboard again, and now like the fucking what's it called, the thing where you just like lean forward, and the smart thing where people don't even like have to use their legs to push it. So anyways, I would have invested in Ripstick, but that didn't work out. Lukewarm, then that's already decided it's going to be bad. If I'm working well, that's the thing, Diamond. Unfortunately, if they see that you don't last as much in previous jobs, right? They're gonna think like logically, and they're gonna be like, hey, it's not. And I speak from experience, right? And I've only told you like a part of my. I've only told you guys like a a valid snippet, but a part of my kind of like background a bit, like experience-wise. But yeah, so if they see that you kind of leave jobs like too soon, or just like at least not too soon, but just not meeting that year mark, you're seen as like a risky investment. And they can see that when they have like your papers and all that. You know, they look at the history, and they see that you know, you have that. So that's why it turns out there's people who at least stick around for like a year or 2 years at their jobs, even if they don't like it. So like imagine you got a job and like, you know, deep down you're like, damn, I gotta stick around for like at least a year or 2 years. And then like within the second month you hate that place. Ooh, that'd be horrible. I mean, that's why the best thing would be to not work for anyone, right? That'd be the best thing ever, right? Well, it's been 3 hours. I'm gonna probably end the stream like in maybe 10 minutes. I do have to work technically today, but I think I go in half an hour later than usual. Dynamite got me kind of thinking. I'm gonna look up the contract thing of my job. I don't know. Nothing comes up here. All right. Let's end on a good note, though. Let's end on a good note. Man, yeah, kind of hot, eh? Well, the weather's cold, right? So it's not like it's hot here. Well, it's pretty cold. But I'm feeling kind of hot right now. Jeez. So what's up, guys? Oh man, should I just like edit out that part? I don't know. I'm kind of unsure about it. Let me look it up real quick. I'm fine. I'm fine. I mean, it didn't make sense that there'd be an issue, but I guess maybe. But I mean, it should be fine. Yeah. Damn, bro. Damn. No, right now I'm just saying damn about the time. It's like early in the morning. What time is it where you're at? Both of you. If you want to share. If you don't want to share, you can just type confidential. The thing is, I want to keep the live chat though. I mean, for sure I have to edit the last one. Because I went through like a large chunk. You know what? Yeah, I'll probably edit this one. I don't know. 2 p.m. Okay. Makes sense. That's cool. It's the weekend, right? Yeah, it's the weekend. Yeah, so, I mean, the Friday night stream, it's a good day, you know? Nice. Oh yeah, so we got the same time zone, Samuel. Wait, so Diamond, so you tutor like, do you have like one specific student or like 2 or 3? Yeah, yo, Samuel, so like we're like night owls, eh? I mean, the Friday night stream just ended up falling on Valentine's Day. It wasn't really planned. It works out because I know there's different time zones and like diamides, and you know, so Saturday, you know, works out. You know, it works out it being that way. No, you know, I'm gonna keep it. It's cool. The only thing that I didn't really mind though, you know, where I work at, but was talking about where I used to work, because it's just annoying. Like, you know, and but anyway, I went over it and I'm done, so that's good. I got my taxes finally. Like, because I did it late. No surprise there. But I got the refund finally. For what it was, it's good. It's decent, you know. Because I pay a lot of taxes, you know. You know, because I fit that profile of you know, the demographic. You know, people in our age range and stuff. We pay like a lot of taxes and stuff. You know. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, I'll end the stream like in 5 minutes. Let me check something here. Oh crap, I left the website. Damn, I gotta do this again. I'll do it after. So I'm signed off now. Wow, you have 10? Wow. That's a lot. I don't like teaching groups so usually, so each of students I teach solo. Wow. That's a lot. Do you like space it out, like one student like 2 a day, 3 a day, like different hours? Wow. Do you work for like a company? or just like yourself, like your name. Like you go to their house, or they go to your house. Yes, yeah, I was gonna check it out now, Samuel, but I'm signed off. I'll sign back in and I'll check out your vid. Oh, there's a schedule, nice. Just you? That's cool. I mean, you don't see yourself doing that for a while? Just doing that? Because you got your own thing going on. In fact, you can like have your own little mini company just by your name, right? I mean, that's cool. You don't answer to any boss. You're doing your own thing. You're doing your own thing. Yeah, I was gonna check it out now, but I closed the. I gotta sign in again. I'll do that when I'm done here. Thankfully, this is like a separate thing here. Oh, you got a good thing going on, Diamond. I mean, I've been told maybe I could teach English or something. I don't know. I would have to do the what's it called, the ESL? No, something certificate to teach English in somewhere else, maybe. Well, maybe a different country or something. You know. Let's hope I don't get a copyright. If I get a copyright, then the live chat disappears. So if that happens, it'd be because of the copyright. Oh wow, nice. So you'll keep doing it. You're just gonna expand. You're good. I guess like the only risk you'd have is like if you spread yourself too thin. But I mean that depends on the person. Maybe that's not gonna happen to you, and you're just gonna have you're gonna be able to multitask. I mean, I've been told that I should. Maybe maybe I could. Maybe. I guess. I mean, I could. I used to do like a little like a certificate program thing. And like a course. And then just go somewhere to teach English, but. I don't know, like, would I have to go in person? I don't mind if I have to travel in person or online. Something to think about, though. I gotta think about it. But it is something else. Yeah, I've forgotten about that. I just remembered about that possibility. What's that in reference to, Samuel? That would be annoying. Like Diamond doing those two things at once. I guess it depends. If someone has like, I mean, people might be able to. I personally, I wouldn't want to be. But it's possible, yeah, for sure. I mean, there's people who. Yeah, still, she could do like tutoring and then study, But what if you have like a full-time job? Oh, copyrighted. Oh yeah, I mean it's happened before. That's why the live chat replay doesn't appear in the previous streams. But yeah. What was I gonna say? But I got a question. Let me ask. Do you really care if the live chat disappears or not, or would you personally low-key prefer the live chat replay showing up? Because your messages do appear on screen, like here. So when if you want to like look back to a message you sent or a part of the video, your messages appear on screen. Even if I'm like out of the frame. So the question is, do you guys like really care about the live chat replay? Because your messages still appear. Because I know in some different streams out there, if the live chat replay isn't there, you never see your messages again. But here, I set it up in a way where your messages appear on screen. You know, your name and everything with like, you know, color and all that. But like the question is like, if low key, do you prefer? I mean, would you prefer? I mean, would it be, you know? Let's be honest. Would it be cooler if the live chat replay stayed up? Because a part of me is wondering, is like, you know, but they still see the messages on screen, like, you know, showed up on screen. So, or do you just like that live chat replay thing? Just be honest. It's fine. Okay. So Diamond says yes for chat replays. What about Samuel? This is the first time I've seen live chat in a YouTube video. I think it's cool. You can also repeat the question and say your name, like what you've been doing. Yeah, Samuel. Oh, when you say it's the first time you've seen live chat, do you mean like that, like where you type your message and you see it, or do you mean when it appears on screen? Oh, jeez. This one's like HD. Oh man, I'm like off my game now. A previous stream I did end up. Oh no, it wasn't this one. I have a top score. Oh no, never mind. It's a different one. This one is like much more sensitive. Yeah, I mean, no, the way the key is, it's not really. In the screen? Okay. That's cool. Yeah, so I mean, we'll see what happens. Sometimes the copyright's a surprise. So yeah, I just remember. I'll just say it now. The thing that was bugging me wasn't just me caring about saying where I work at. I don't really care about that. It was like the fact that like it kind of, I remember like the, you know, the crappy stuff about the last job, which I don't mind. I'm kind of proud of the way I behaved in the previous job, because I was kind of I stuck up for those girls and all that stuff. But I guess because when I want to stream, I want to stream about just like unrelated things. I guess kind of like escapism type vibe, you know, where it's just like talk about like movies or just whatever. Even, I mean, we can talk about like the world where it's heading, but it makes me forget. I mean, I like the place where I work at, but it makes me forget about like, you know, like once the stream ends, it's like, oh right, I gotta be there at this time. I gotta do that, like the daily stuff. So I guess that's why I kind of felt like a little bit like I merged two worlds into one. So that's what I felt, right? So it's not really, I don't really have like I don't really care about like saying where I work. You know, I work at CVS. I work at CVS, like I said before. I don't mind that, but it's just now like I'm just remembering now, like being at my work right now. Like I just remember like I'm like like I don't mind my job, but like it was really fun. I mean, I'm gonna keep this up anyways. As long as there's no copyright, I'm keeping this up, okay? But it's really a lot of fun. Like when we talk about these, like, you know, Disney, whatever, or movies, or films and stuff, or just like anything in general, even like news or you know, even college, whatever, or all, you know, if it's worth it, or the job, or AI. Thanks. Yeah, real, nice. I'm in your live message in screen. Yep, Samuel. Real. Thanks, Samuel. Fair. That's fair. Diamond. Valid feelings. Thanks, Diamond. I feel so validated. Thanks. No, I do it. I appreciate it. I do. And so I guess that's why. Yeah. But I mean, at some point I had to talk about it to show you guys I'm a real person, right? So I guess it's kind of worth it. Like, imagine if like I never mentioned the real parts of me. So like all you see is me talking about like fun stuff. At least you got like a, you know, like you got like a taste of like, oh, this guy's a real guy. You know, he's been through it. You know, like all of us have. And you know, he's, you know, done his thing. You know. So I guess now we can appreciate. You know, when I do the next stream, we're just gonna just chill. You know, like escapism type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Escapism. You guys like escapism? Thanks, Diamond. Thanks, Diamond, for the laughing emojis. Alright, when the timer hits 3:42, I'll end the stream. Man, I'm glad the AC turned on, because I was feeling a little hot. You know, and I won't plan stuff for stream, but I do have something in mind to do. We've already done enough this stream, but later on in the next stream, I want to do some little extra stuff. You know, right? I did feel hyped. I was hyped the whole time. This was a great stream, but I was gonna do something, but I'm like, you know what? I'll save it for next stream. You know. So let's hope the live chat stays up. So as long as I don't get a copyright in this stream, right? The previous stream, I will cut it down because for most of it, you know, Samuel was here. The audio was like the audio issues, right? So I'll skip that whole part of the audio issues. So by doing that, the live chat will disappear. But I'm glad Samuel's cool with that, because I mean, your messages, Samuel's messages are sort of gonna pop up on screen. You know, so that's the cool thing about the on-screen thing. But yes, with this stream, for sure I'll try. yeah. I kind of get it. I kind of get why, because you can kind of like look back on the messages and the time, whatever. But at least it appears on screen, so it's kind of like, you know, it lessens the sting, right? And I like how, you know, Samuel said he likes it. You know, I mean, you got your own little moment there on screen, you know. So that's cool. The colors, and it pops up. I put like a text box behind it in case you know, there's like a contrasting color in the website behind, so we can read the words in the message. But alrighty, yeah, so we're close to time. It's like less than a minute left. This is good. Yes, Diamond says. Yes. But yeah, it's been great. It's been chill. Oh, the brightness is up here. That's the website, you know. Alright, it's cool. So I appreciate you guys for being here. I do work tomorrow. I don't know my schedule. I'm supposed to get my schedule at least tomorrow, right? I should get it tomorrow for Sunday in the next week. But yeah, you know, I got, you know, do some like fun things on stream. You know, I got maybe some fun things, maybe, you know, in mind, probably, you know. But that's gonna be chill, and I'll check out Samuel's video. Diamond, you should also check out Samuel's channel. You can click on it, right? Diamond, you can click on his channel. Yeah. She could click on. You can click on his. You know, consider subbing. Give Samuel a subscription. Samuel just uploaded a video, so shout out. He put a lot of work into it, and I know what it's like to edit a video. A lot of work, right? Editing and all that stuff. Alrighty, so it's 3:42. Alright, I'm gonna end up ending the stream at 43 because I kind of overlapped here with my talking points. Alright, thank you for everyone, for stopping by. Thank you everybody, and peace out. Take care.